Ninjas. They live among us, living their ninja lives. Are they real? Do they truly lurk in the shadows? Join me as I explore the hidden world of the ninja. I thought about playing more Hobbs Barrow. But then I'm like, actually...
So, the Black Spider Clan is after more than just the demon statue. For you, for the village, find the eye.
Oh. Now I get to play as Ayane. Hmm? A ninja's true power. Is hitting guys. Jiggle jiggle.
I feel like a bug in a spider's web. Looks like I found the right place.
Hello.
Hello. I'm cutting people up.
I'm looking for the link to go watch that. I was watching Zelkin play.
Road trip.
Yeah, road trip. Only he's gotten to the part where the road trip turns into the road. About that, very bad.
Yeah, my favorite Cormac McCarthy novel.
It's one of two Cormac McCarthy novels I've read.
What is the other one? Is it No Country for
No
Old
Country
Men?
For Old Men. Yes. I only read the book once. I've seen the movie several times, and I like the movie more every time I see it.
It's a good movie.
It's a very good movie.
I also just can't deal with post-apocalyptic bleakness.
I mean, I should watch The Road at some point because I really like Children of Men. I watched that movie and I haven't. It's been a long time since I've seen a movie that I kept thinking about so much after watching it.
Ah, fuck. Oh.
So I'll probably watch The Road at some point since that's a very similar thing. But also I have to be in the right mindset.
You gotta get ready to be sad. So, Ayane is just all about spinning around and fucking about.
She immediately looks more fun to play as than Rachel. Maybe that's just me.
Oh, she is. I just think it's weird because, like, yeah, they give these... They went to the trouble of giving each of these three characters, like, bespoke, unique movesets, but you only play as one level with them, and they don't have anything more than that.
That seems right for, like, I don't know, I feel like that would have been better off as, like, a DLC side campaign thing.
Oh, you mean like
always
something
turn
you
out
add
well.
in, let's say, the PS3 version of the game?
Oh, right. I forgot. This was operating on video games in 2007 or 8 rules, not 2022 rules.
Don't you mean, oh yes, boobs? I'm getting some mixed messages here.
Did you go for the... I'm not 100% sure about this question, but last time you played, I asked if you were going to go for the skimpiest outfit or the most conservative one.
What if I told you that all of her outfits are basically roughly the same amount of skin?
Okay. But this one has fairy wings for some reason.
Yeah, because she's a kunoichi. She's a lady ninja.
Uh-huh. Her elbows are clipping through her fairy wings.
Yeah, it's fine.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's one thing I hope gets fixed at some point in all this video game technology is just
Collision is hard.
clipping through clothing. Just never my favorite. Especially when you have like a cape and like your side weapon is hanging off your back or your hip or something and it just keeps clipping through the cape. That's just not. Looks bad. Ruins the whole look.
I do like that she just has this straight up grapple throw. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes your cape clips through your scabbard in real life.
That you probably need to go to a seamstress or something to get that all fixed in real life.
Okay, is there a guy I need to kill that I missed? Oh. Hello. Man sitting in corner. And then the next wave of enemies spawns.
Jesus Christ. Video games.
Listen, sometimes you lose a leg and you just sit there in the corner.
Not dying.
Yeah, they're ninjas, it's fine.
Why do they all have purple blood, I guess?
Because there's way less blood, so instead purple smoke flies out.
Why?
Because
Save on processing power?
also PS3 version, the version more likely to sell in Japan. Japan weirder about blood.
I don't know how to talk with bloody games.
They sell 2 versions of Resident Evil there.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah,
Huh.
there is they sell a censored version of Resident Evil with a 15 rating. And then an uncensored version with the 18 rating. At least they've done that for the last couple.
I mean, as someone who's seen Devilman Crybaby and Baccano, and frankly, even from Alchemist Brotherhood, I just didn't associate Japan with, and especially like anime and video game subcultures, with being queasy about blood.
I mean, to be fair, the vanilla version of this game is extremely bloody.
But the PS3 version isn't.
Yes. Do they sell a version of Resident Evil 4 that's good? No, shut up.
Yes, you can buy it on Steam, right?
Yeah, you can buy it right now. It's on Steam. There's that incredible HD texture pack. No.
Uh-oh. He is stabbing the fuck out
Yeah,
of you.
yeah. I like how they just get madder when you dismember them. It's my favorite dumb thing about this game.
You cut off my fucking arm. I'm gonna try harder now instead of running away.
Yeah.
Oh. That one lost his head and you were still beating the shit out of him.
Yep.
Is that like just a gameplay thing, or would he have gotten back up to hurt you?
I think some enemies can survive without a head, but I also think it's just
a weird mechanics thing and not
a fun stylistic thing.
So this looks significantly harder
Yeah.
than the other game.
Because the game decides to throw the harder ninja enemies at me playing as the new character first. Instead of as Ryu. Yeah. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Hey, she got the butterfly wings. And so, like, what's up?
Well, if it isn't the Tenjin girl.
It's me, Spider
Ninja
Grandma.
Clan's witch. I thought you died a long time ago. Where is the eye?
You've got some fight in you. Is this what
Less
you're
is
looking
spider and more just a giant
Orb.
ball for a torso.
Ah.
What have you done?
I'll show you the power of the dragon's eye.
My orb! I'm orbing! And that's how we got the Magatama that Ryu puts in his sword whenever he needs to turn it into the true dragon sword. Thanks, Ayane.
Gotta get this to you.
You tell me that a female character did something useful in one of these games and
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
fail at it? And
Yeah.
Did not completely fail at it? They learned a little bit. Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, look! Who could that be? Not a playable character in this game. Just a reminder, hey, this takes place in the same world as DOA. Yes, Ayane is in Dead or Alive. She has purple hair. But the good news is I'm pretty close to the end of the game. I think that's the last of the lady missions. So it's nothing but killing. Just like I want. And then, and then there's... And then we get to play Razor's Edge.
That Ninja Gaiden 3.
Yeah. The fixed version of that game.
Fixed meaning it's a technically functioning video game.
I'll put it this way. When it launched, Ninja Gaiden 3, which launched on 360 and PS3, did not have more than... You only had one weapon and one Ninpo. So, one of the core strengths of Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2 is the arsenal, right? It's the crazy batshit abilities you have.
But Ninja Gaiden 3 is just...
Ninja Gaiden 3, you just have the dragon sword. And you just have the fireball. What should I upgrade to level 3?
What's your
Claws,
favorite?
flail, big sword, tonfa, scythe, Kusarigama,
Tonfa?
dragon sword.
I don't know.
Yeah, tonfa!
What's the scythe? I don't know. What's the scythe like?
The scythe is a big fucking scythe. But I upgraded the tonfa.
Okay, well, that's not bad.
The tonfa are the get in close and hit 'em.
Yeah.
And now I can do XXYYY. And probably some other stuff.
What is the square triangle equivalent in this game? Or is there one?
Not really. I mean, if the closest thing to a square circle triangle in my book is whatever leads to the Izuna drop. Which is usually square, triangle, square, square, triangle.
Mini button presses.
Oh, hello. Physics.
He just went spinning around.
Anything underneath the water? Anything cool? No? Okay. And this is where the game starts getting rotten with dudes with rocket launchers. Because that's the kind of game this is.
That seems to be when you know action games are running out of ideas, when you just have tons of dudes with rocket launchers. Because Metal Gear Rising had the same thing.
Yes. Ninjas don't use rocket launchers. This is true. I don't have a rocket launcher. I have a hand cannon. Totally different. Because mine is like a weird old matchlock firearm. Which is way cooler than a rocket launcher. Okay. I'm not going to be able to go over there. I don't even need to worry about breathing here. That's how good of a ninja I am. Ah. And one of the things they changed in Sigma 2 is they reduced the number of guys just with rocket launchers conveniently out of frame. Because
No, that looked like the most frustrating part of this game so far. I don't know if it is.
This game is way less frustrating than Black, for better and for worse.
Now this looks bad. Let's guess we can shoot him.
There I go. I got a crystal skull. Me and Ryu and 50 Cent together looking for the skull.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah. It's just like, where's my skull? I still cannot believe they actually made a 5th Indiana Jones film, and they are going to digitally de-age him for a portion of it.
I was gonna bring that up. I wasn't sure how to bring it up though, but like, the thing I was gonna bring up is like, the man is like 70-something years old.
Yeah, Harrison Ford is almost 80.
Like, yeah, like, listen, I don't want to be ageist, but when you're almost 80, you can't do that shit. Like, you can make the action movie, sure, but it's hard to believe the character can get away with anything.
It's
Like,
fine.
I can believe.
Listen, Liam Neeson has decided to take...
An action movie now, action star now.
Well, like, he did Taken, and then he's like, well, I can go even lower. They made 3 of those. Like, the number of direct-to-Redbox...
Yeah, I know. The first Taken it's an alright movie. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's a good time. Once.
Once you get past how incredibly racist it is.
That is a franchise. That is a franchise built on one scene delivered by one man talking on a fucking track phone about how he's gonna beat up
Find you and kill you. I do not have any money, but I will find you and I will kill. Yes.
But no, I have seen part of that third movie. Like, it was playing. I was playing it with my parents. There's so many cuts.
Oh yeah.
It is It is headache-inducing and disorienting. How many fucking cuts there are in that
Liam
fucking
Neeson's not young anymore.
fire. But it's not even just that. Like, even when it could be a stunt double, or when Liam Neeson's not in the scene, it's just cuts all over the place.
That's the end result of the Bourne supremacy.
Even that didn't have that many cuts. And also, the Bourne movies are all in the hands of a much better director. Although I believe a shaky cam would also. It's
Alright.
mostly. I feel like it's mostly just.
I apparently have defeated 1,000 enemies as Hayabusa.
Ooh. Cheated achievement? Or...
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because the achievement pops on my computer.
I was playing Master Chief Collection with some other friends around Christmas, and we kept getting notifications about free stuff we could potentially be getting, and I kept trying to turn them off and could not find a place to just turn them off. On the PC.
Yep.
I was frantically trying to find it in the middle of the day. Makes it harder, but I still feel like I shouldn't.
Still enough people playing MCC? Well, I guess people are mad at Infinite enough.
They were private games. Also, I think MCC is just going to be one of those things that basically always has people playing it.
In the same
for
way
rest
that
of
like
time.
Quake always has people playing it.
Yes. Like,
Or
there's so many maps. By its very nature, there's like a zillion maps in that game, and tons and tons and tons of different game modes, and like there's so much variety there that I can't imagine that disappearing.
have you tried Infinite since they put out Forge?
I have not.
My
I've
brother
played it.
has.
Do they have like a custom games browser or something?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
And that seems like maybe the way.
The way to play that game.
At least, listen, I genuinely think Halo Infinite multiplayer is like the best Halo multiplayer has been in terms of just like the basic movement of that game.
Maybe in terms of feel, but like, listen, I
know.
I like Halo 3. It's a very good video
yes. Halo 3, the game where no one dual wields and everyone just uses a battle rifle.
game. I don't think anyone really dual wields in Halo 2 either. Like,
Yeah.
You see it more often. You see it more often, but they figured out after 3 that dual wield just doesn't.
It's not a good
work.
trade-off.
No, it's not. You get rid of 2/3 of the main combat tools that you have just to hold an extra gun. And the
And
only time where it's
spray
even
the
remotely the only time where it's even remotely powerful or worth it is when it's a plasma rifle and SMG.
Okay, don't forget the noob combo.
Or plasma pistol and human pistol. Sure, yes, also.
I imagine what that game would have looked like if it had launched with the Series X.
It would have. Like, people don't like it. People trash on it now.
Yeah, because Halo
But-
fans, like Bungie fan and Halo fans, they are the same in that they will never be happy. They've just accepted
I-
unhappiness.
I disagree. I think I like Halo Infinite more than basically anybody else I've ever talked to.
The
But
only Halo fan.
the
the
only
last
Infinite
Halo fan.
fan.
Did they ever add co-op?
Yeah, you can play co-op. I played some co-op with my brother for a little while. We played it, and I was like, use the grapple hook more. And he eventually turned to me and he was like, this is boring. I don't want to play it. And we didn't play any more of that.
I thought about buying the campaign when it was half off. Because I'm like, I don't want to get... If I have to get Game Pass, then what if my Game Pass expires and I can't play it anymore? Because I'm insane.
That is again for me. If I were to tell you anything about getting the most out of that game, it's the story sucks ass. Go into it knowing that, and also play it on heroic and abuse the shit out of the grapple hook. I had so much fun with that
Yes,
grapple hook.
the grapple hook in that game is the best part of that game. It's the best mechanic.
I also think everything else plays really well. For the record, it's not just the grapple hook. Like, the game itself plays incredibly well. It's just everything else is bad.
Well, that did more than I was expecting.
I'm not sure what happened.
That.
Okay. You shot a purple Kamehameha wave. Or a Hadouken.
Yeah.
You've beaten that game before, haven't you?
Which game?
Infinite.
Halo Infinite? Yes, I beat that game
Yes.
at launch.
Yeah, right.
No.
I remember bringing up that the final boss just throws magic missiles at you
Yep.
for
Boy.
10 minutes.
Yep. I can't even get mad about Halo as like a property and how it's being mismanaged, because it's like at some point it's less 343's fault and more the fault of like these games take so long to make and you are so scared of making people mad.
I mean, I would really like to see they're not. This is not going to happen because the studio was literally made to make Halo games. But I would like to see 343 do their own thing entirely.
Yeah.
I think they're more than capable of it, and I would love to see what that studio can make on its own. And I don't even need, like, another Infinite or something to wrap up the story I do not care about whatsoever. That'd be Marathon 4, by the way. Marathon 3 exists, called Marathon Infinity, and it's fucking insane.
Yeah, I watched the Mandalore video on that, and, like, watching that unlocked a lot for me in my brain in terms of just, like, oh...
I tried to tell you guys. I remember trying to tell you that Marathon Infinity was insane. I don't think you ever actually responded, but that was, yeah, that game goes places.
Let's see.
Anyway, but yeah. Some part of me would like to play through Infinity, at least Infinity and Durandal, by myself one day, but the actual game part of the Marathon games maybe isn't
The
what
least
I'm-
interesting part, because it was always just, we have a Doom for the Mac.
Yeah.
Macintosh gaming. The future. Steve Jobs is like, I don't know, you can't make a phone out of this.
Except Marathon Durandal came out on Windows.
Came out on Xbox 360.
Yeah.
But not
But, I mean,
the first one.
Nope, just Durandal. Not the first one, not Infinity, just Durandal for some reason.
Hey, what do you... You think the circular arena might be a boss?
Nah, it's probably just there to make you... It's probably just a good place to meditate. Either that or an enemy rush. Or both. Probably both.
She's like, what's up, Ryu Hayabusa? I want the demon evil thing.
Who's this?
That's the bad lady.
Oh.
And now you fight her pet dragon.
It seems like all the characters in these games are big boob lady with different hair color and Ryu Hayabusa.
As I said, there are 3 nouns in the world of Ninja Gaiden. There's ninja, demon, and boob in some order. Because there's boob ninjas, there's boob demons, and there's demon ninjas. And
then there's Ryu.
Yeah, and then there's Ryu, who's just a ninja. Anyway. Take that, Dark Souls. Yeah, come on. Flat.
I am glad Souls games don't really expect you to cut tails off of things anymore. It's cool, but I never thought it was all that fun, actually.
I mean, you only do it if you want, like, the Moonlight Greatsword or whatever.
Yeah, but it's still just irritating to do. I'd rather get the Moonlight Greatsword some other special way. But like getting around behind Seath or
Seath the Scaleless.
That's right. It's like Seath. No, Seath's not right. Seath with a TH. Getting around behind him to cut off that tail's irritating.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass, but I did it anyway.
I also did it.
The last time I played Dark Souls 1, I used the Moonlight Greatsword.
I had an intelligence build that I made that I got through that game with one at some point. That was on the Prepare to Die edition.
She's all like, look, I've got this demon statue. Also, I'm not wearing a shirt. Okay, I don't actually care. Oh, look, it's raining blood now.
Cool.
Alright, I'll upgrade the scythe.
What's that on the bottom left? Is that a scythe?
That's a Kusarigama.
What is that?
That's the sickle and chain.
So it's a scythe on a chain. Cool.
Yeah, it's a sickle on a chain, and then the other end has a weight. It's one of the weapons in Neo.
Hmm. Oh, is it the thing where you're like holding sort of around your arm and spinning around?
A little bit. But yeah, it seems. I feel like a lot of the ways the weapon play in these games feel like the basis for how a lot of the weapons play in Neo.
That is a big fucking scythe.
Yeah, it is.
Are there any spin-off Ninja Gaiden games other than Yaiba?
There's the DS game, which controls entirely with the touchscreen.
That sounds like a nightmare.
It's surprisingly responsive. Also, as a result, I don't think there's an easy way to emulate it. Unless I want to use my mouse, which I don't.
Get a Wacom tablet. Or a Steam Deck.
Or just get a capture card for my 3DS and become a monster. The time is now.
I wonder if it is possible to, because I have a soft modded 3DS. I wonder if it's possible to stream whatever's happening on the 3DS to the monitor.
I bet
that would be shitty.
I bet someone has figured out a less intrusive hard mod to HDMI solution, and I am just not aware of it. Because A, I don't think anyone does that anymore, and B, it's not cheap.
Here's, how about this?
Just play it on Cemu.
No, a Wii U.
Oh yeah.
If you have a modded Wii U, you could put a DS emulator on it, and
there are already DS games on it.
You can also put a DS emulator on it, play whatever ROMs you want.
Late.
Listen, for playing 2000s Nintendo games, there's not really anything better than a modded Wii U.
Are you telling me that this Wii U I have literally 5 feet away from me, not hooked up, could be a way to stream DS games?
I'm telling you, that might be a good way to do that. You'd have to find a way to capture the tablet though. On a webcam edit, maybe? I don't know.
It's fine.
You
you can just mirror it.
You just what?
You can just mirror it on the TV and the tablet.
Oh, yeah. Wow, are you getting ideas suddenly?
I'm saying, who wants to play Star Fox Command? Everyone's favorite DS game. That's
You could follow it up with Star Fox and the Wii U.
they're. Listen, weirdly enough, Star Fox Zero has not gone up in price. It's still, you can still get a copy of that game for roughly $20.
I have the only other Star Fox I've played a little bit of Star Fox 64 on the 3DS. I liked Star Fox Assault when I played it way back when. Like, I know people kind of dislike that game, but I remember enjoying it quite a bit.
Hey, Ralkin. Hanging out with the boys. No, he just raided.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
Alright, let's see if okay. XXXX, hold when hitting enemy. Okay, so you can
Oh, have you gotten to the point where these guys are normal enemies now?
Yep.
That game's cool.
Ninja Gaiden or this game?
Both.
Or 15?
Both.
Both.
Yeah, I got to the part where they killed Luna Freya.
Yeah.
Whole Leviathan fight scene. Clearly a lot of stuff happened that's going to be explained in episodes.
Yeah.
Seems pretty fucked up. Like, I like that game a lot. So this is pretty close to the end. This
Yes.
seems very familiar. You're about to have the final fight with Twin Blade guy?
I think you have to fight him like 3 times.
Yeah, I know you do one
Yeah.
last one when he's like completely transformed.
Yeah, he's full demon. Never go full demon.
You think Tropic Thunder still holds up?
I'm gonna say no. But I want to believe. I'm just saying Robert Downey Jr. in blackface, even though the whole point is... The whole point is it's Robert Downey Jr. in blackface. Isn't this comedic and terrible?
I bet it's still good.
I mean, it does have Tom Cruise in a villainous role, so that's probably still good.
I mean, yeah, I made a point of rewatching Collateral a few months ago.
Collateral's a very good movie.
It's one of my favorites, period. I really hope as Tom Cruise eventually despite
Stops
his
being
best
able to
efforts,
do nightmare stunts. So
yes,
he can...
and is forced to go to a new stage of his career, I hope he chooses just to become a villain more often. Because he's good.
Just like in real life.
Well, I think it's more just he has an intensity that really lends itself to villainous roles.
Oh, I was just gonna make a joke about going to sleep. And some of the allegations people submit towards Mr. Cruz.
I look forward to the next Mission Impossible, and I need to see Top Gun at this point.
Yeah.
I believe Joku is. Oh, no, never mind. Joku's doing something entirely legal and normal.
Yeah, he's watching a video game.
Watching Ghost Protocol.
Yeah.
Such a good fucking movie.
Probably the best one.
I'll watch him at some
Actually,
point.
no. Rogue Nation is the best one.
No,
I can
Fallout is the best.
Thanks to
Have your
Joku, I can.
Henry
thanks to
Cavill
Joku,
punches the air like he's reloading his fists.
Yeah, that's a good thing. I think they made the right choice in dumping Jeremy Renner.
Oh yeah, no.
No offense to Jeremy Renner.
Also, shout out to Jeremy Renner, Mr. I hope he's recovering.
Yes, it's just he was not a.
Good secondary protagonist.
We didn't need him in that. I thought they were going to. I thought that Cruz was going to like step out. And
No.
that Jeremy Renner was going to become the new lead.
I bet at some point that there was remember when Jeremy Renner was supposed to be the next Bourne?
I
Yeah, he
watched
was
that
in
movie.
one.
That
Bourne
I
movie.
watched that movie and I do not remember a thing about it.
Rachel Weisz, very charming.
Yeah, everyone loves Rachel Weisz. And Ed Norton is there as the bad guy.
I'd forgotten about that.
The CIA were even darker than Treadstone, were even more secret government deniable op because and then they brought back Matt Damon. Remember how they brought back Matt Damon in a movie called Jason Bourne that no one watched?
It's not good. That movie, more than anything else that Robert De Niro's done in recent memory, really bummed me out about Robert De Niro.
He was in that?
Oh no, sorry, not Robert De Niro. Tommy Lee Jones. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah,
Tommy
sure.
Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee
was the
Jones
guy.
don't give a fuck. He'll show up for anything.
It was the one thing he does in that movie that I was really impressed by is he takes a fall when he gets shot. Like for a man his age, I was pretty impressed by him like getting shot like against a wall and letting himself actually like hit the ground hard.
When I think about Tommy Lee Jones' modern acting career, it's like it's No Country for Old Men, and then it's them literally writing all of Men in Black 3 over the idea of not having to put him in the movie.
Oh, and the scenes he's in, he just seems like bored.
And meanwhile, Josh Brolin's amazing, impeccable
Great.
Tommy Lee
Also,
Jones impression. That movie's not
it-
great, but
No, it's not. If you think that you looked and sounded bored in Men in Black 3, God, don't rewatch that one.
I have never seen that movie.
Don't.
Neither did anyone else.
The only Bourne movie I've seen is the first three, and I feel like
Yeah.
I made the right choice.
Yeah.
You,
No,
you
did
did
the
it.
right thing. I still think Supremacy is kind of boring apart
Yeah.
some action
Yeah.
shots, but Identity and Ultimatum, good time.
Isn't Ultimatum only like an hour and a half long? Like that movie's, I feel like that movie's not very long, but
All
a lot
those movies
happens in it.
are fairly.
They're brisk.
But Identity is still best
Yes, it's
by
a
a long shot.
Yeah.
it's hey
Hell of a movie.
heck of hell of a movie. All right, what should I upgrade now?
You guys like that one song that Moby is known for?
The Cyclone Chain thing that we were talking about earlier.
Kusarigama.
Kusari, what did we call
Yeah,
it?
the Kusuragama.
Kusarigama.
That's a great weapon.
Yeah.
Kusoge.
in
Kusoge.
Neo.
Yeah.
It's a great weapon in Neo.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun with that.
So what is... Okay, so I know Jeremy Renner's... He seems like a good actor. But I don't remember anything he's ever done.
No, the problem is,
Except for Hawkeye and
They-
that one episode.
you know, so many of his. There's a lot of movies that keep trying to make him a leading man, and I just don't think he's a good leading
He's-
man. He doesn't
He's
have enough. Like,
good
charisma
in the
to
Disney Plus Hawkeye thing because he's the straight man. And
I did like that. I was not a big fan of Haley Steinfeld in that.
what?
No.
I'm a
was
fan of Haley
partially-
Steinfeld in everything.
She was great in True Grit. I don't think I liked her as an adult.
Have you ever seen The Edge of 17?
I didn't like the song. I'm not going to watch the movie.
I like that movie. I did not see Bumblebee.
I believe she's going to be the next Mission Impossible, though, so I can't help but see it.
But yeah, I think. Oh, he was in. How could you forget Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters?
Is this where I just have to look up? I don't want to go to. The last time I checked IMDb,
what
that
do you
website sucks.
think that movie is? I want you to tell me what you think that movie is.
I vaguely remember. That seems to be in the same ballpark as Vin Diesel's.
I was literally just about to
movie.
say his
The Last Witch Hunter.
Yeah.
Literally about to say that.
But no, like I vaguely remember that Hansel and Gretel. Like I never saw it, but I vaguely remember ads for it and stuff.
Is he Hansel?
And Jeremy Renner looks so out of place in that.
Yes.
I
And
feel
he
like
has
in another-
diabetes because he was force-fed too much candy.
I feel like in another
I don't
era,
know.
Jeremy Renner would have had a really great career as like a character actor of like companion character in movies. But first, I don't know why, but for some reason he's just been
He has good agent.
a bad leading man. Or a bad
Does his
agent in a way.
Does his character in the movie have diabetes?
Yes,
Or
his
does he
character
get
in the
it real
movie
life?
has diabetes. Not him in real life. No, his
Okay.
character Hansel has diabetes because of their childhood experience fighting the witches. Like that was
how that
peak.
works.
That was peak Hollywood trying to do dark, fucked up fairy tales. They made there were a lot of those. There was Jack the Giant Slayer. These are all real movies. I'm not making this up.
I vaguely remember some of these.
I believe you.
There was, Snow White and the Huntsman, which
Several of those.
they made multiple of those.
Is the huntsman like a rapist or something?
No, they fight. They're freedom fighters against the evil witch.
Yeah, Snow White is an
It's
action lady.
it's Kristen Stewart,
And
and
Snow White, best known for her agency.
yes,
Oh.
and Chris Hemsworth.
Sure, you sure that's the right Hemsworth? Because that seems more like a lesser.
No, that was
Hemsworth.
Chris. It was Chris. It was not one of the lesser Hemsworths.
There was one point in time where the Hemsworths were equals.
Are the Hemsworths the modern day Baldwins?
None of them have killed a guy yet.
Yes.
I mean, Alec Baldwin's whole thing was an accident.
Yes, it was a freak accident, but
Yes, I don't. That's also that's not his fault. That's the
whoever was in charge of the prop
there's a gun
department.
technician. What the
Yes.
fuck?
Like, if
they're
you wanna
doing a
say,
weird
like-
demon blood ritual. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, if you want to say like that's his fault for being the guy in charge, like kind of like yes and no. Like at some point he hired a person that he trusted to do the job, and it turns out they didn't do the job. Like I don't know, unless that guy had no qualifications, I don't think Baldwin deserves blame for that.
No, I also don't think he deserves blame.
Fun thing about
I
the
do-
Kusarigama
I-
is you just swing it around.
When that happened, the question I had on my hand in my head the whole time was, why were there live rounds anywhere near that set?
Yeah, because of America, maybe.
And
I don't know.
were they live rounds or were they literally just prop rounds?
No,
that-
it was a live round.
Jesus.
That gun was loaded with live rounds for some reason.
See, that is like one might say criminal malfeasance.
Yeah. Another question is, why was the camera woman, why didn't she turn on that camera and step away from it while they filmed that scene?
Because as the
virtual
you're supposed to be in
camera.
front of the camera as the camera person.
Okay, good. A lot of negligence happened there.
Yeah. Some blame to go around.
Yeah. I don't think Alec Baldwin deserves any of it.
Yeah, and speaking of someone who doesn't really care for like Will Baldwin because he's supposed to be an ass.
Yeah, he seems
Yeah.
like an ass.
But in this case, I don't think
He's good at Dirty.
I defend him.
He was great in Dirty Rock. I love The Hunt for Red October. And he's part of that, honestly.
He was not my favorite Thomas the Tank Engine narrator.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
That's been long after I stopped being.
Oh yeah. No, it was Ringo Starr, then it was George Carlin, then it was Alec Baldwin, and I could not tell you who was the conductor after that. But okay, video game.
Camera angles.
What are you talking about? It's perfectly readable.
Uh,
How could anybody ever have a problem?
Yeah.
I mean, when he got it pointed back up the stairs, that was fine. But for a little while, he was stuck looking down the stairs at enemies that were up the stairs. This game sometimes makes the fixed camera angles of God of War look not that bad.
Yeah, the camera's usually fine, but sometimes it's very much not fine.
This looks like a final boss hallway.
I think there are at least
There was another thing back there for you to,
that's just it's
your
the
weapon.
one with the yellow lanterns don't have weapon upgrades, they're just shops.
oh.
But yeah, Liam Hemsworth.
Yeah, The Witcher.
Yeah, The Witcher.
I'm kind of glad I didn't even finish that first season because I don't think I would want to see
It yeah.
things change.
I'll also say this. I don't think that Witcher show's very good.
I like what I saw of it, but from my understanding,
Oh
apparently,
shit.
You
they
will
are now
find
even
no
going
one
like
here.
in a different direction than I did
Naked.
with before the games.
No, she isn't. Now she's a demon.
Yeah, I remember this. I definitely watched all this.
See, once again. Ninja. Demon. Tit. Tit demon.
A boob ninja demon.
It's the best kind.
Never that will never happen. You can't cross the streams.
I mean, that's what this is.
No, she's not a ninja. I mean, she kind of is.
Let's say.
I don't think the Kusarigama's what I want
The
here.
best weapon for this.
No, it's an area weapon.
Also, is this like final boss time or?
Nope.
No,
Not even close.
Oh. damn.
there's stuff to do.
The purple ball seems to like do tons of damage to everything.
Yep. Oh, yeah, there you go. Down the toilet.
I will not die.
The blood toilet.
Greater beings are eternal.
can't even be a good demon lord.
So, Dragon Ninja, would you like to know where the Archfiend will be reborn? A place that has bound our
I
clan
use
since
eyes
time
yellow.
immemorial. More precisely,
Ah, there he
the
is.
peak of Mount Fuji.
Because he's transformed.
Fuji.
I got a Bidoof. I got a Bidoof. Not my favorite
What?
Pokemon.
Oh.
You a big fan of Bidoof? And its evolution, Bibarel?
Nah.
What's your favorite Rattata equivalent? Right now, in the chat.
Are you going?
Rattata equivalent. Google.
She's all like, what's up, Math and Ryu? My back hurts.
Sentret, Zigzagoon, and Bidoof.
Your father will
As
recover.
someone who has barely played any Pokemon games,
But his
I
condition
have no
remains
idea.
grave.
I don't like Sentret. Its
I
tail is
see.
too big.
Master Ryu,
Evolves into Furret?
take this.
I'm pro Zigzagoon.
Zigzagoon evolves into, yeah, Linoon.
It was your father's
It's
wish
like an
that I bring
anime
it to you.
raccoon.
I forgot what the one in
Ayane,
Sword and
stand
Shield
back.
is. Anyway, now I got the True Dragon Sword.
Yeah.
Joke's on you, video game. I didn't need to upgrade the Dragon Sword to
Oh,
level
wow.
3.
Her outfit? I don't remember that outfit.
It might have been changed for Sigma.
Huh?
You missed the Ayane level.
Oh no.
She's, I don't know. She's fast. But she's a lot more fun to play as in 3. Which isn't saying much given that game. Do 3 flying swallows in a row! Oh! Young Master Hayabusa.
Is that why you haven't been using the sword at all? Because you just get a new one? Anyway?
Yeah, because it gets fully upgraded to level 4. Same with the double swords. Once you beat the Spider Ninja guy for the last time, you get his sword, and then you dual wield the Dragon Sword and the Blade of the Archfiend. There we go. And we go back here. There's probably a thing. Or was this just the secret passage from earlier in the game?
I was about to say, this looks like a secret path you'd go down to, like, play the original
No,
NES Ninja Gaiden or something.
Yeah, no, this is where you get the tome. And, or maybe a grimoire. That's a Vermintide joke. My brother got my parents a gift basket type thing of candy around the world, and my mother is reacting to it like it's full of crickets and worms. What's wrong with foreign candy?
Depends.
It ain't American,
Flavors
damn
are
it.
just
Probably-
like
probably
you're not
just-
used to.
Doesn't like something that she's unfamiliar with.
Listen, sometime, if you're a man, you'll try
talk about his
durian
mother.
candy. Because they like it in Indonesia. I tried durian candy. I do not care for it. I also tried Finnish
real
candy, which is, like all of those Nordic regions, black licorice covered in salt. Not a fan. Yeah, get fucked, you little clown.
The other one's just hanging out in the back.
I don't like chocolate and fruit mixed together. What? Chocolate and fruit mixed together is great.
Yeah.
Do you not like chocolate covered strawberries?
No,
What? What is wrong with you?
I don't like my pure sugar mixed with anything else.
That's unfortunate for you, Justin.
I
I don't know. I still have a lot of fondness for Japanese candy, and one of my formative memories about living in Japan is the candy, because that's the thing you fixate on as a child.
I had a little bit of Pocky earlier this week. We had some at the
Hell yeah.
It was good. It was strawberry chocolate, actually. Coincidentally.
I never heard of Pocky.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I
No.
Really?
on the literal other side of the world from Japan.
Literally, you're around these, at least near weeaboos all the time. You haven't heard of Pocky?
Me? No, I'm not.
What do you think Arbitrary Water and Zombie Fire are?
Oh, yeah, none of that, but I thought you meant, like, literally where I live. But no, I don't think I've heard the term Pocky anywhere. What is it?
Little sticks of, yeah.
Little sticks that are covered in chocolate. Or strawberry
or other
yogurt.
stuff. Yeah, or whatever.
Or whatever.
Some people dip them. Some people kind of use them like what are the little biscuits you put in coffee that are
Tim
bad?
Tams.
No, not that. It's a French thing, I think.
Aye, Tim Tam Slim. That's what they say.
Is that your French accent?
No, that's what they say in Australia. You ever had a Tim Tam Slam? Oh, biscotti.
Biscotti.
Biscotti, thank you.
Biscotti.
Yeah, some people use them like biscotti and they dip them into stuff.
Look, it's the village from Ninja Gaiden.
I think we're about to see a Muramasa kill people.
That's right. Someone has desecrated the sacred statue. If I find the statue head...
I spell a side quest.
I believe if
Wait a
you
minute.
put the statue head back, I believe there still is a Life of the Gods for you. But, yeah, so, yeah, Pocky I know, they sell Pocky and at my grocery store in the Asian food section.
I could, I don't know. This is possible I could find it somewhere around here, but
Definitely could. It has gotten to be.
It is
Pretty recognized.
mainstream. Also a big fan of melon. Japanese melon candy.
I can't risk it.
Are you
Although
allergic
maybe-
to real melon?
Yeah, I developed it in my late teens. I was 20. It's a shame because cantaloupe is literally my favorite food.
Oh no.
Some watermelon flavored stuff is safe. Like I accidentally ended up having a bit of a watermelon flavored energy drink, and that didn't destroy me. But some stuff actually has real melon.
Hell yeah, mochi ice cream.
is it like so it's like a dangerous allergy, like could kill you potentially allergy?
If I have a little bit, it will inflame my entire lips and mouth area. If I have too much of it, I have anaphylactic shock.
Fuck. And that could
Yeah.
just develop in your late 20s?
You could still develop something, Justin. You can develop anything
You
in your life.
You could be allergic to love. Just like me.
You said you like your sugar pure. You might develop some sort of weird, like, cocoa allergy. You never know. Or pollen allergy. It might just happen.
I am allergic to pollen. But
I don't know
like,
if I'm allergic. The only thing I'm allergic to is...
And aside from not being able to eat cantaloupe, I also can't use most chapstick. Because they contain a lot of the same stuff. I have to use the beeswax stuff.
Meanwhile, I keep cashews at my desk at work in case I get hungry.
No, what if you got a nut allergy?
That would suck.
Well, cashews aren't technically nuts, I don't think. One of those conversations.
I'm not.
They
gonna
are not
have this
nuts.
conversation.
Yeah, there's some weird terms.
Are they legumes?
They are
No.
legumes, but they are
Are
not
you sure they're
nuts.
legumes? There's some weird terms.
I'm
They're-
not. I give zero fucks. It's a
I
nut.
do. Because I'm a
I don't
pedant.
care.
I think like in terms of actual nuts, it's like pecans, walnuts. Like there's not many of them.
But
Brazil nuts.
I'm allergic to pollen.
No.
And cats.
No,
That's
no,
it.
no. Cashews, almonds, and pistachios are fruits. They're fruits of a nut.
Oh.
Or sorry, they're fruits of a plant. They are not. They're,
Cashews?
yes, here it is. They're class food. Classified as, and this sounds fake. Droops.
Yeah.
Cashews. Fun fact: cashews, if they're not roasted, are toxic.
Yeah. Like arsenic, right?
I don't know exactly what it is, but they can kill you.
So there's arsenic in peach pits. It's fine.
I love these.
Peaches, yes. Peaches, top tier fruit.
I could eat peach for approximately 5 minutes.
I eat peaches for hours.
Yeah, yeah.
That was what I was referencing.
You see, he's talking about oral sex. You're welcome. And now, whenever I hear that line, I just think of the fucking giant bomb bit. Where, at one point, Dan Reichert says Yoshi could eat a peach for hours.
Isn't the tip of his tongue, like, have an adhesive?
I'm
Like,
not
that's how
going
he
to
grabs
respond to
stuff.
this.
So I don't think you would want that.
I am
I
a
mean, he
say-so
grabs stuff
idol.
with the tongue, right? And it doesn't seem like he wraps his tongue around it. He just hits it with the tip of the tongue, and that pulls it in. So there must be some sort of adhesive.
I'm not going to talk about Yoshi biology, which leads to another fun giant bomb clip.
Does Yoshi have a cloaca? Because I'm on record as...
Pretty sure the question came up at some point. Does Samus
Yes.
have a cloaca? Just how I found out what a cloaca is.
Yeah, and then Abby found out what a cloaca was, and leads one of my favorite bits. Look, it's that level from the first Ninja Gaiden Black, except now it's all fucked up.
Yeah, it's a good return.
What is the best sequel return to a level from the previous game?
Ishimura and Dead Space 2.
Yeah,
I will also
accepting
accept
that.
Kanto in Gold and Silver.
don't you fight the hero from the first one at the end of that game?
Yeah, the literal last fight in the game is red. And he has a level 83 Pikachu.
Nice.
And all of the starter Pokemon. And Espeon, I think.
What you're saying is he's pretty fucking hard.
Yeah, that fight was very hard. As a child, I found it very hard. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, he about slipped off.
Alright, what's down here? Yep, see, worth it. Life of the Gods.
What is that?
That's one. It's like a piece of heart.
Oh, okay.
And if you do a 360 while charging the ultimate technique, you do that spinny attack instead.
Seemed very useful there.
See, I'm having such a great time. It'll be a shame when that time gets ruined and I have to play through 3.
You don't have to.
I do.
You do.
Because I already played through the first 2. And legally, that means I have to play through 3. Crystal Skull. Crystal Skull! Can you still buy Dan Aykroyd's Crystal Skull vodka?
Somebody probably has a
Yeah.
bottle.
What
Somebody
is
probably
Dan
has some
Aykroyd's
few
weird
pieces.
thing he's into now? Like, what weird conspiracy alien shit is he on these days? Because I feel like Dan Aykroyd would be like, actually, QAnon is an alien transmission. Or something. Or he'd just be like, no, what are you talking about? Stop talking about this fake shit. We need to talk about alien intelligence. Or is he just, like, hanging out, going to Ghostbusters things, and getting
Going to
paid?
strip clubs.
Yeah.
Apparently, one of the guys who was acted in Ghostbusters actually was like, really did believe in ghosts.
Yeah, that's Aykroyd.
I thought it was a different one.
Nah, he's and Ramis was always like very much the rationalist. But, you know, R.I.P. Harold Ramis. May your horrible CG ghost from that latest Ghostbusters movie rest in peace.
No. Did they?
Oh, fuck, did they? You throw it just... Everything I hear about that last year? Two years? That Ghostbusters
movie with the Stranger Things kid in it.
Yeah, the Ghostbuster movie. What with the Stranger Things kid? That just. You know what? It was one good movie. And one okay sequel. That is like every 80s sequel, and that it's the same movie again, but worse.
Oh, you find Ghostbusters in general?
Yes.
They didn't make a sequel. They didn't make a sequel. Okay. I never saw Ghostbusters 2.
It's an 80s sequel where it's the exact same movie again, but not as good.
Yeah, you don't need to see it.
Like, it's fine.
I saw the part where Bill Murray says, "Yes, sir, it's true. This man has no dick," and I feel like I really need to see any more.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you saw it.
I don't talk about cartoons and toys because I'm an adult. The only cartoons I care about are Japanese cartoons.
And not the child of those 10 years older than me. Get that G.I. Joe shit out of here.
What the fuck? No.
Let's talk about Hamtaro.
Fuck yeah. Hamtaro. Motherfuckers. When we work together, things get better. Hamtaro.
It's a calamity.
Yeah.
What about Outlaw Star?
Hey, Chris.
I bet Outlaw Star's fine. It's got that buff cat girl in it, so someone's got to be into that.
Did I miss the Trigun CG reboot discussion?
No.
It looks good because it's by Orange.
You joined just as the anime talk was starting.
Oh, okay, cool. I thought the Trigun reboot anime is good.
It's so, like... I think most CG anime looks like complete ass, and then Orange is there being like, "Hey, motherfuckers, land of the lustrous. Beastars."
I really hope hand-drawn stuff doesn't disappear.
It hasn't in the main industry, so
it won't.
All I will say, I was pleasantly surprised that this Trigun thing... Brayden, you've seen it, right?
I will watch it at some point.
They addressed the plot twist of Trigun pretty well.
You mean the thing they discuss in the original anime
Yes, the thing.
Halfway through?
Yes, the halfway through thing is addressed and is
immediately.
part of the show.
Okay,
Pretty
that's
quick.
fine.
You kind of have to do that. I mean, this is a show for Trigun fans. Yeah.
Or is it a show for new people? Because that Trigun anime is literally almost 25 years old.
It's
A
almost
Trigun for
I am.
fans and first-timers.
Johnny Young Bosch is 47. I looked it up.
I mean, he could still do the voice, couldn't he?
Oh yeah, he
Very
is. He is doing the voice.
He's still doing the voice.
Yeah, he's coming back to dub Vash in the CG one.
I don't think I could see anybody else doing that role, even though I'm not a huge Trigun fan.
Listen, him and Yuri Lowenthal are going to be playing incredibly young male anime characters until they finally become too old and their voices just wrinkle and dry up.
Some voices don't.
Yeah, some don't. Also that lady playing Goku still playing Goku.
Well, I mean, that's a weird one. That one never made sense, but...
yeah.
It made sense when it was Kid Goku.
Well, I was thinking... surprise, I like MASH, and All that has this occasional podcast. I listened to a few episodes, and one of which was a MASH, like the remaining living members kind of just chatting about the old days. And the guy that plays BG Honeycutt, he doesn't sound any different at all than he was in the show. At all. Like 50 years later, same exact voice. So, it's possible.
That's definitely possible.
Yuri Lowenthal might just still be doing 17-year-old boy at that age.
Yeah, listen, he'll be Sasuke until the day he dies.
Or until we die.
Until
Yuri
we die.
Lowenthal will outlive us.
They'll create an AI voice print.
Don't
and then
say
we
that.
won't.
You
Oh,
could-
hey,
you
welcome
could-
to our dark future. We don't need any new creative people. The
could
robots will be
probably-
creative for
I'm
us.
kind of down for us destroying all AI and anything even remotely like it, and just going like, no, we're gonna take a step back and from technology in this direction.
Oh,
You
oh
could-
yeah, no, that would be the ethical thing to do. Like
I would
address
be down for that.
address
You
the
could
ethical
probably-
ramifications of AI technology instead of, I don't know, going full steam ahead with things that could very easily destroy someone's livelihood.
And what it means to be a person, and like how what a lot of people find fulfillment in life.
You could probably already take samples of their voices and use it for whatever you want.
What if I told you there's like an ambitious Witcher 3 like fan campaign where they're using an AI voice print of Doug Cockle, and he saw it and he's like, this is the most perverse thing I've ever seen.
Yeah,
I bet he could. He probably has some legal recourse to stop that. I hope he tries to, because
it could set a good precedent if it managed to actually win.
yeah,
I mean, unfortunately, it would just ultimately mean that in the future that they would just be like, okay, cool, I will give you access to this pay me. And
Oh yeah, no.
and-
What? Then it just leads to this agreement sure does.
Yeah, like it doesn't stop. It
It just
returns to it.
in the same way Disney will own Mark Hamill's likeness forever, playing the character Luke Skywalker. So too. Boy, this game decided to get hard.
Yeah. Anyways, to just get back to the topic of like voice actors, Mel Blanc got hit by a car and was still able to do the fucking Bugs Bunny.
While in a
Voice.
coma.
He fell in a coma after getting hit by like a head-on collision. That he then sued the city of Los Angeles successfully to fix. Anyways, the human voice is amazing.
I like that. I like the blah blah blah. And then it's like, hey, what up? Remember that Tengu from earlier? He's back.
Skynet.
Jatsu said Skynet in chat. I don't know.
Oh, because we were talking about AI.
Terminator. Remember AI? You seen Terminator?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I
have
just
you
want to
ever-
say, in terms of AI art, I just think it looks like shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It usually does.
Also, it runs the issue of like, is this plagiarism? Like, what is it to be plagiarism to lots of people? Like, at what point, like, is this like machine inspiration? Like, do machines deserve the right to be considered to be able to have inspiration, or is this just plagiarism? Like, it's a gross thing that I don't want the current people in charge of the government, or like they will ever be in charge of government, to actually talk about these, because they're not ever going to bother learning enough about them to actually properly govern.
With all of the image sharing and image databases that allow for AI art, like, all of the AI art looks the fucking same, and
That
it
said,
all looks bad.
Those mock-ups of like, what if Paul Verhoeven made a Warhammer 40K movie in the 80s? That's like, oh, this is like, okay, you're doing something. But also, when it comes to like people trying to take like AI art and attempt to use that as a... First off, I don't trust the people in charge.
No.
Because the people doing it are all fucking tech bros who are like, oh, can't believe you know how to draw.
So, you make
You're discriminating against me and my art.
Yeah, you learned a skill and I didn't learn a skill. I think I should be able to do what you did when you learned a skill without putting in the work. Also, as somebody who did actually get pretty good enough to be a professional musician, I'm gonna tell you right now, actually learning how to do those skills provides also a variety of other learning opportunities that affect.
Ah, he is who dropped me.
People should
Yeah, as it turns out,
leave
art,
up the machines.
as it turns out, learning how to do art of any sort it
Teaches
affects
you,
a lot of the brain.
Yeah, it teaches you how to work and to sustain effort over the term of completing a long-term goal, especially a goal that can never truly be completed.
Also,
Meanwhile, I'm over here being like, I quit piano when I was 12.
That's fine. It's good that your parents got you started at it when you're early, because it affects brain growth and general cognition for the rest of your life.
It also makes you better at math.
I'm bad at math, and look at me now.
If you play Tool songs, that's a joke.
Ba-dum-bum.
I'm going to nod my head.
It's... Yeah, no, but honestly, like when I feel like a lot of this conversation has come recently about ChatGPT, and like in general, like maybe more so than any like bad thing happening in the world, I think just generally like the idea of like AI art and stuff is probably the thing that maybe depresses me the most.
Oh yeah,
It's
no.
like, we've always had wars, but like the idea of like what it means to be human being usurped by machines is like genuinely depresses me.
I think the most banal thing is that we spent all this time making all these stories about AI and robots and machines, but that we explicitly made them to be explicitly made our fictional robots to be a lot like us, and now they're just like taking, I don't know, the way it turned out. They're just writing chat bots. It feels so banal and stupid. They're not even like self-aware or anything.
No, it just feels like various tech people have taken all these like in science fiction, they've taken all these warnings about like possible dystopias, and they're just like, yeah, what if we did stuff like that?
Yeah, we've
Like,
decided to
this is a
create
blueprint, as
the
opposed to a
Torment
warning.
Nexus from the sci-fi short story. Don't build the Torment Nexus.
Just mad.
But yeah, if you want to make me feel like because you know I am going in, I am doing a degree, a graduate degree in technical writing and editing and shit, and
What if a machine replaced you? Because that seems like the kind of writing that machine can very easily replace.
This stream is brought to you by Grammarly.
take this, demon robot.
Hey, Braden, don't worry about it. In 30 years, when your chosen profession has been usurped by machines, that you can still get a warehouse job later.
Yeah, no, because the robots will also be doing the warehouse.
No, they won't, because oddly enough, as much as people thought it was going to be blue-collar jobs that ended up getting taken, it's just white-collar jobs and creative positions, because blue-collar jobs requires a degree of, like, analog efficiency that we're still so far off from with robots.
Listen, I saw that Boston Dynamics thing open a door.
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
There is a grocery store out there somewhere where you can just make your order, and like it's like a giant warehouse full of like baskets of groceries, and various arms go along and go down and pick them up.
Yeah, and that's
fill up your stuff.
expensive as shit.
Yeah, but I mean that'll get cheaper.
Yeah, but then also, like, lots of places, like the small company I work for, are never going to be able to afford turning their warehouse into that. Like, it's a thing that's prohibitively expensive. Good thing there'll only be 3 companies in the future.
Amazon, Google, and Tencent.
Microsoft.
No, Microsoft will be
Disney.
Oh, Disney will merge with Google and become the owners of all culture.
Oh, Google.
You're sure that Highlander 2 won't happen?
What happens in Highlander 2 other than...
All I know about Highlander 2 is Michael Ironside is the villain.
Yeah.
No, like, genuinely, seeing how quickly AI stuff has advanced has me, like, moderately terrified that, like, hey, some of the stuff, not all of it, but some of the stuff I have been, you know, working towards.
There you are, Dragon Ninja.
Is going to become
Now this is ironic.
irrelevant. Oh, look, it's this guy again.
I have wings now. Oh, it's a Baphomet. Some weird, like, hot Baphomet.
It's the guy from the end of 1. You fight him at the end of 1, at the end of that big boss rush.
I don't remember this from this game.
Then they probably added him in Sigma.
Yeah, I think this is a Sigma thing.
Anyways, in Highlander 2, so industrial pollution from the world's major corporations create a hole in the ozone layer. Remember when we were talking about the ozone layer?
Did part of that fix
We got that one fixed. That was the whole
that
thing
one actually fixed. So anyways, we create a hole in the ozone layer, so the sun shoots an unfiltered ray beam and kills like millions of people. Now we're in the post-apocalypse because the sun shot a laser beam.
Sorry, the only Highlander I care about is the TV show. Or when they made a Highlander TV show and they have How do you feel about a Scottish man with a katana?
Literally all I know about Highlander is there can only be one.
Okay, well, how would you like it?
Plays the Highlander guy.
How would you like it if every week you found another person and there could only be one? Actually, one of the coolest things about that show is that his companion, they very much have him, like, he finds another Highlander that, like, tries to help him and become friends, and there's very much like a growing rift between them over the course of the
Highlander
show.
movies, the first two, are not the worst movie to have Sean Connery in them.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's not saying much. Sean Connery.
He's not in a.
Do you know what one of Sean Connery's last
trying to fuck people?
One of Sean Connery's last roles was
an animated movie. I seem to recall,
called Sir Billy.
When are we gonna watch the Dragonlance animated movie with Kiefer Sutherland as Ryston?
Oh god. Oh, you mean the one that's just been on YouTube for 8 years and no one?
Yeah, like this came up pretty like when we started off the deep end. Like I wanted to convince an episode on the Dragonlance animated series or the animated movie.
I mean, that's not a game though. That's just, I mean, does Deep Listens have like a specific like movie podcast?
Cover it.
Why?
Cover it.
Like unless you're also gonna do like the Dragonlance gold box.
So you're saying we should cover it?
No.
It's not a game.
We should cover it. We've
No.
covered movies on the other podcasts.
That's the other.
Yeah, because they're Final Fantasy themed. Or Silent Hill themed.
I feel like if you guys keep
Brayden, if you're going to deprive me of
it's gonna break.
Brayden, hear me out. What if the first Fire Emblem thing we did was Fire Emblem?
We already did a Fire Emblem thing.
No, but
that
what
was
if we
literally
covered
our
Fire
second
Emblem,
episode.
The animated series before Genealogy and the Holy War.
Listen, that OVA is literally just a straight adaptation of like the first 3 chapters of Fire Emblem 1, and the
What
only
if we watched all of the episodes?
there are only 3 episodes because it's an OVA.
What if we watched all of them?
Okay, let me summarize them for you. Yeah, the voice acting is really funny. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I love early 90s OVA voice acting. But Mars! That's what, because they call him Mars instead of Marth.
What if we watched the Dragonlance thing and Fire Emblem?
No, because
we
then we
record
turn
the
into a bad anime podcast or a bad
Not
movie
anime.
podcast.
Dragonlance thing is not anime.
I mean, anime technically is.
I have bad news.
So yes, it is. It's not just animation.
It was probably animated in Japan because a lot of
It was animated in India
Oh, nice.
by a no-name studio. I looked this up.
Indame?
Damn it.
What if we watch the Hercules and Xena animated movie?
What if you watch the Hercules movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger in it?
Yeah.
The one where they dubbed over him. Because he was just some weird Austrian muscle man who couldn't speak English that well. And then they said, and then James Cameron's like, this guy will be my unstoppable killer robot.
He was in Conan before.
Yeah, Conan the Barbarian is an actually good movie.
Oh, it's so good though. That opening like 10 minutes.
Like the opening theme song while the guy's reading the fucking prologue, and then it just opens to the fucking. You watch the blacksmith forge that sword, and then it pans to Conan, his son, and he tells him the riddle of steel, and then just hard cut, band of raiders massacre the Sumerians. Fucking great ending, or a great start. Just, and then.
Didn't they make several of those?
They made a sequel. It is not as good, I'm telling you.
Also, like, people don't realize this. Arnold Schwarzenegger is really good in that movie.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is capable of acting.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, accomplished man, pretty good at a lot of what he ever tries.
Dude, James Earl Jones transforming into a snake.
Uh-huh.
It's so
Max
good.
Van Sydow having a very short appearance, but he fucking eats up the scenery.
I miss Max von Sydow. If
Never
I
seen Conan. I guess I'll add it to my list of things to watch.
Hey, Brayden,
yeah, Conan O'Brien.
I don't think you guys should become a movie podcast.
Yeah,
You would just watch garbage all the time.
No, but also the bad movie podcast is literally like
Yeah, the bad movie.
the
podcast
primordial podcast. Also, two and a half of us are white, so like three white dudes doing a podcast about bad movies.
Hey, why not? You shouldn't do it, but that's not the reason why. Three white guys can do a thing if they want, as history proves.
But yeah, like people forget, but Schwarzenegger is a very charming man.
Yes, no, he's a very charismatic man, and that's why he has a bunch of ugly, illegitimate children.
We don't have to give that. I mean, the lady's a shithead. We don't have to talk crap about her physical.
No, I'm just saying that
His whole situation with
that
Maria
whole
Shriver
situation with.
Yeah, it's fucked.
I'm saying Maria
not a
Shriver is like deserved better. I don't know.
Probably. I mean, I don't know the content.
California
of her character,
deserved
but,
better, and he decided to have a political career.
People should be faithful to their spouses. There'd be a lot less problems in the world if people were just loyal.
If more people were.
Yeah, man. What is that? That's a good question. What is the ultimate Arnold Schwarzenegger performance? Is it True Lies? It's probably True Lies.
Is it Jingle All the Way?
It's
obviously a performance.
Yeah, performance.
Like the actual acting?
Acting.
Oh, yeah, he says, "Put that cookie down!"
Terminator 2. I don't know.
Kindergarten Cop.
It's not a tumor.
What's the one where Last Action Hero? I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, yeah, that's it. He
Yeah,
takes
that's
the piss out of
actually the right
himself so
answer.
well.
Because he just owns that role so perfectly. The fact that that movie came out and people didn't get it is like
People
one of
were
the
stupid.
all-time-
People didn't get Starship Troopers.
I think it makes perfect sense. People didn't get it. That movie, like the cultural consciousness, like the cultural like comedic consciousness had not reached that point yet. We had not gotten to like the.
Well, yeah, the 90s was like Ace Ventura 2.
We had not been poisoned by irony quite
Yeah,
yet.
no irony poison, not inundated with just having access to everything constantly. Generation Remix said
Yeah, like, the fact that people just, like, all of the critics were like, this movie is just too cheesy, it's too schmaltzy.
The same
And
thing,
then,
like Starship Troopers and basically everything Paul Verhoeven ever did. Okay,
Showgirls.
every action movie Paul Verhoeven ever made, not Showgirls.
I have never seen. We should watch Showgirls.
No, you shouldn't.
Do you want to see Elizabeth Banks be sexy?
Does she?
Or no, it's not Elizabeth Banks.
Money
What's her
after that?
name?
Yeah. Now that you mentioned, like, that the other example other than Last Action Hero has to be, like, Starship Troopers. Like, I don't know how people watch that movie and think it's a science fiction action film and not get through all of the weird propaganda film parts.
The
and
part
not
where they are
realize what
literally
we're watching.
wearing Nazi uniforms.
Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Like,
say it. I don't like that movie. Never have. Never liked any part of it.
Starship Troopers?
No, not at all.
Okay, but you at least understand it's satire, yes?
Yeah, I do. I just don't care.
It is afraid.
Although Clancy Brown, good for him. I always like
How
to
do
see
you-
Clancy Brown.
How do you feel about Total Recall?
Yeah, good movie. Not one of his greatest, but good movie.
How do you feel about RoboCop?
Clancy Brown is a goddamn
Might as well just go
treasure.
through all of them.
Yeah, RoboCop's good.
Like, when we're talking about character actors who automatically make a thing better, Clancy Brown is up there for me with, like
Like I said, I
Stanley
watched,
Tucci and
Shawshank
Catherine
Redemption
Hahn.
a few months ago.
I-
He's so fucking good.
I always forget that Hollow Man is a Paul Verhoeven movie.
That's Bacon, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I watched that recently. It's good.
Is it good? Because
Yeah, it's genuinely
seen
like
part of it.
freaky as shit. Kevin Bacon should be a villain more.
He's a villain
a
in a lot
villain.
of things.
he was a
Yeah, I
villain
know.
in that X-Men movie.
He should just continue to be villains. He's
He
very
actually
charismatic.
Kevin Bacon has played a pedophile in multiple movies.
Great.
The Oh yeah, I have no strong feelings on. I should watch RoboCop. I guess is the
You ever
strongest.
seen the original RoboCop?
No,
Yeah, you should check it out.
I
I think you'll
is-
know by the time he becomes RoboCop whether or not you want to continue watching RoboCop.
It is extremely 80s though. Like
yeah.
I find it fun as a result of
Lives.
Yeah, practical effects, like the weird mix of practical effects. Everyone gives RoboCop shit for having the weird Ray Harryhausen, rotoscoped, miniature stuff.
Yes.
Walking little toys. I think that shit is cool.
Listen,
I love the way that Ed 209 jitters as
Like,
he...
the whole point is that he's a barely functioning robot and a prototype that failed. Like, of course he's jerky.
Ah, it's so good. It's like at the end of Terminator, the Terminator coming down the hallway before she shuts the door. Like, it moves with this really unnatural jerkiness. That
I have nothing against Ray Harryhausen style stop motion nightmare creatures. Have you ever seen the original Clash of the Titans?
I thought the Jason and the Argonauts, the skeleton scene in that movie. The skeleton fight is cool.
That
When you think that the skeleton fight in Jason and the Argonauts is only about 5 minutes, like under 5 minutes, and it took him almost a year to make.
You shall kneel before the
I also agree that it looks kind of good. That Terminator scene you specifically mentioned, as a kid, I found that scene actually genuinely pretty scary because of the
Oh
unnatural
yeah,
way it
the
moved.
first Terminator film is a horror film. Like
It's
James
great.
Cameron has said, it's like
Brayden, did you ever
science
see that?
fiction stuff is just minor.
Which
He
movie?
wanted to make a horror film.
The first Terminator.
I have never seen the
should
first
see it.
Terminator
The
the entire way
first Terminator.
through.
It's not what any of the ones past it is. But like you said, it's a horror film.
Yeah.
It's also the best Terminator
Yep,
movie.
yep.
Like,
That's-
by a wide margin, I
Two
think.
is good, but it's
I like
not.
2.
2 is a great movie. 2 is a great action movie. But like that first one is the perfect mix of everything that it wants to be.
Hey,
Uh.
hey, guess what? James Cameron, other than this Avatar shit, is kind of good at making movies, even though he almost killed people on the set of The Abyss.
And he seems like kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
He's been married like 5 times.
like
He was
another
married to
thing-
Linda Hamilton.
Yeah, for a while. Speaking of movies that are very flawed, but I think you should watch anyway, The Abyss. I saw that like a year ago.
Yeah.
That movie should not have come out in 1990 looking as good as it does.
Yeah. It came at a huge human cost for him to film actually underwater.
Yeah.
Multiple people almost fucking died. But
I wish more movies would use squibs. I think that whenever I see
Tarantino still does it.
John Wick or like I remember that the big church scene in Kingsman is like, boy, this would have been incredible. Like it would have been impossible to do like this, but what if they did?
Yeah, but John Wick is good for other reasons.
Yes, it's still a good time, but like I do think about like, man, like this would hit a lot harder if it actually was stuff coming off of you.
This might be an unpopular opinion, but there's too much John Wick already.
Oh, they don't need a
seen the
full
third
one. No.
I want
No,
to see it.
but,
I actually want to see
also-
how the first film concludes the last movie prior to
like, I'm probably gonna see that, and I'll probably say, yeah, it's a cool action movie, but like, I wish it was just one film.
No, I liked the second film almost.
The best part of the second film is when they're shooting each other in the mall.
I just
Nobody else
Still, I
who was
actually
there.
think-
I just appreciate that the thing John Wick taught us all was
Everybody's a murderer.
is that, well, no, it's long shots are good, and it turns out realistic reloading adds tension.
Yeah.
But no, my problem with John Wick 2 is that I feel like most of the action scenes, at least once in almost all those action scenes, he wrestles someone to the ground, holds their arm, shoots like 3 other dudes, then breaks their hand and kills the dude he was laying on top of.
Yeah.
I feel like that happened
Yeah.
so many times, and I got so
what?
fucking tired of it. I hated that fucking move. It's so
Come
stupid
on.
looking.
Remember that part where he throws the knives at those guys? Yeah.
I need to see Parabellum.
Like, it's got. I think John Wick 3 has better action than John Wick 2. It's a good movie, but it is. I remember seeing the end of that movie in the theater and being really disappointed because that movie, a lot of stuff happens and it leads to basically nothing, except a hook
Setting
for
up,
another
I
movie.
guess. Yeah. How far are you? I think you're close to it, right? This seems.
This is either the last or penultimate level.
Did you ever completely? Yeah, you did completely finish off Twin Sword.
I think you fight him one more time as a demon.
Okay, that might be what you're about to do. I remember. I will remember the look of the arena, as I did it a lot. Spent a lot of time there.
What if I told you that the weapon-specific achievements are not in Sigma?
That's fine because I already did them.
So I do not have to play the entire game just using one weapon.
It's fun. You get extremely
Yep,
good with them.
you learn the nuances of each weapon. For sure.
Unfortunately, I still just wasn't good enough at character action games to deal with the bullshit of the hard mode.
The thing they like to do in these games, which is
Exploding shurikens in your body.
when you get to higher difficulties in this game specifically, it's just like, okay, what if there were guys with projectiles just constantly?
I didn't mind the rocket launchers at all. It really was the exploding shurikens because it was just harder to dodge them.
Ah!
John Wick 3 is just too much. Still need to see it.
Like, I'm not saying don't see it. It's got a lot of cool action scenes in it.
That's why I go
better action scenes than John Wick 2, actually, by quite a bit. But
Yeah, I'm not here for the people being like, he's the fucking boogeyman. I am there for that.
That's a big part of what's there in the first movie. Is because the entire first movie is just somebody doing something bad to John Wick, somebody telling them they fucked up, and then John Wick killing them. And then it repeats. Just very fun.
like,
They killed
when
his
you
dog.
When you watch John Wick 3, I can talk about why I found that ending so disappointing. But and it ruined everything else I enjoyed about that movie.
No, I disagree. That's fine.
If let me put it this way, when John Wick 4 comes out, if it has an actual ending, I'll probably completely change course.
I doubt it. They're already planning on a spin-off.
Yeah, they're planning a spin-off.
Are they gonna put? What are they gonna? Is it
Somebody-
gonna be more? Is it gonna be Halle Berry in it? Or?
I believe
not
it's
somebody
about
else.
the hotel where the assassins all hide out.
I worked at some announcement about a actress being cast as the lead. Don't remember who, though. I didn't recognize her name.
He's all like, hey, remember me? Remember that? Hey, it's time for the end game boss rush. Choo choo.
Yeah, it's like Mega Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yep. I very much remember this.
When you were talking about when Gino was playing Mega Man 2 and you were trying to get him to play through the rest of that, you were talking about the twist, ZP. I was like in Mega Man 2. I was like,
right.
What twist? I was not gonna say it out loud, but and then I realized it later, the fact that you have to fight all the bosses again.
Wait, did he never... I thought he played through Mega Man 1.
No, he got to
I'm still pissed off about this. One, he didn't beat the Yellow Devil. He didn't even try. He got to his like, yeah, this is hard, I'm gonna quit. It's like, what the fuck? You fucking, what the fuck?
Do I need to, like,
Then
get some
two-
shitty social science papers talking about grit?
Two,
My favorite thing that my mom quoted at me
only
because she
did the
heard about it on
dragon
NPR.
Once. He did the dragon once, and then it's like, yeah, I'm done. I beat the game. It's like, no,
You didn't.
bullshitting.
I get the sense Gino doesn't like to be challenged.
He doesn't like to be challenged unless he knows he can win. Which is why the only games he likes are card games.
I will say, I got to the end of Mega Man 9, the one on the 360, the first one, and I, for the life of me, could not beat the boss rush at the end. Or I could beat the boss rush, but not without losing enough resources. I could never beat the Wily Encounter at the end. I did give up on that.
I've never been a big enough
Watch
fan.
my end of it.
I've never been a big enough fan of the original series to want to really finish.
I beat the first 6.
Lionheart just finished 6, he told me. And I'm like, he's like, it's the worst one. And I'm like, cool.
As he played X6 or 7.
I mean, of the originals.
I didn't beat 7.
Also, yeah, Mega Man 9 has a reputation for just being...
It's not as hard. The castle is insane, but I think the main game is not as hard as people made it out to be. Like, there's a lot of good, like, well-designed, like we're gonna show you a thing, and then, like, we're gonna act, like, in a safe environment, and then we're gonna have you actually have to deal with the problem on another screen.
I should play Mega Mans. And not just because I own all of them.
You should play the X's.
You should play the X games and the Zero games. I genuinely think you'd really like the Zero games. If you like 3D action games like this.
I've tried playing that first Zero game on the GBA. That game is so fucking hard. I never got past the first boss.
I got past the first boss. It took me a long time.
Yeah.
You could probably skip the first Zero game. It's primarily 0, 3, and 4 where they fucking nailed that formula.
I can't skip it.
Yes, you can.
It's like Halo 5. I gotta see it.
No, you don't.
Oh yeah, the guys that always say, ZP, you don't actually need to finish these terrible adventure games. You really don't.
Well, I mean, I'm over here advocating for skipping games you don't like. Those Zero games are hard, but they're really good.
See, as a child, I remember borrowing Mega Man Zero from my friend Austin, and just So here's the fun thing about that game is, if you keep getting game overs on missions, you just fail them, and unless you reload from a save, you can't do them again.
That is only the first game. You do not have to. That's not a thing in the rest of the games. It might be in 2. I've never actually played 2, but it is not in 3 and 4. I think they might have actually changed that for the collection. I'm not 100% sure on that.
But yeah, Mega Man.
But Mega Man X1, maybe one of the best action games ever made.
Did you ever get the Hadouken?
Yep.
Yeah.
I never used it.
I have played through Mega Man X1 so many times that it's kind of easy for me. It is one of those games I play on autopilot.
I like that level where you're on the mine burn.
It's a good level.
Not the mine burn.
Well, it's a good level when played on an emulator. If you play it on original Super Nintendo, it runs at like 10 frames per second.
Yeah. I mainly just want Brain to play the later X games with her bad.
What am I fighting for?
That's X4. That's a good one.
Yeah, you should play. It's fine. It's just there are elements of it that are good, but it's incredibly easy.
I'm very excited. Listen, half of the reason I bought both of the Mega Man X collections is because I saw X7 on the Giant Bomb Quick Look, and I said, "This looks terrible. I need to play this."
Trash.
Everyone's favorite character, Axel. Just absolute Poochie the dog energy.
Honestly, I would advocate for just jumping straight into 7. Keeping in mind that the rest of the games are 2D.
Just the idea of, okay, how do we modernize Mega Man for the PlayStation 2 generation? How do we do it?
The fun thing is that they made a perfectly fine Mega Man game. They called it as a Battle Network game on the GameCube. It's basically just a 2D Mega Man.
That's right. I'm aware of this game.
But yeah, then I was a child when I played the GameCube Battle Network game, but I had a good time.
What are people's thoughts on Mega Man and Bass?
People really hate the weird analog shooting.
People don't like the part where Bass, like, doesn't move when he shoots.
Yes, people hate that shit.
I have a copy on the Game Boy Advance. I don't remember anything about it.
That ain't Mega Man. Mega Man moves and shoots.
Yeah.
Yeah,
people
he's
really
Bass.
Really hate how Bass can shoot like full motion, but you have to stay motionless.
Yeah. And then they reused that for Axel in Mega Man X8, and it works fine there. X8 is a decent video game.
Just Axel.
All the kids are like, hell yeah, Rockman and Forte.
Yeah, Bass is also a hard game. But then again, that was the era where Mega Man games wanted to kick your teeth in.
I just think it's weird that that's the one that never came out over here, because it was a SNES game.
Whoa.
No,
Mega Man Bass on GBA came out here. I had a copy.
Yeah, it came out here, but it was a SNES game.
Correct.
Originally, no, it didn't come out here,
But every other one did.
not entirely. There are a handful of 2D ones that I don't think came out here. Like,
I would
some of
even
the-
say, based off of what people have told me when they playing an emulated version of the original game, is that the 7 different directions that Bass can shoot is easier on the GBA than the original Famicom controller, which I believe. But yeah, it's like got that weird Yoshi Island-esque aiming system, and people did not like that and still don't.
Oh, Yoshi's Island.
Anyway, if you've never really played a Mega Man game, I would argue that Mega Man and Bass should not be anywhere near your first.
No, it's too
thing.
hard. It also has like a lot of.
I mean, I've played a decent amount of 2. I've
Mega
beaten
Man
Air
and Bass
Man.
is harder. It is harder than 2.
I know. I'm just saying I am not mega. I am not mega neophyte.
I have not personally beaten Mega Man and Bass.
I am not neophyte man. Ask if Xandra's beaten Mega Man and Bass. She plays all of them weird ROM hacks. Oh wait, okay, that's why it did come out. It came out in '98.
What?
Mega Man and Bass.
Oh yeah.
Came out
Yeah,
on
they were
s-
still making SNES. They were still making SNES games in '98 because that Fire Emblem game came out in '99.
Yep.
Why did a Fire Emblem game come out in '99 on the Super Nintendo? Who fucking knows?
Let's talk about the original Ninja Gaiden for the NES.
Actually, the original Ninja Gaiden was for the arcade. It was a side-scrolling beat 'em up.
Okay,
It's
fine.
bad.
But that original NES game, still pretty good.
Yeah,
Really fucking
except for
hard.
the part where, yeah, at some point, like, Ninja Gaiden 1, 2, and 3 for the NES are just like, you like bullshit? And I'm like, I
But-
have a certain level of appreciation for it.
It was like one of the first. It wasn't the first game to have like cutscenes, cinematic cutscenes in an NES game, but the fact that it had them and they actually have like
Yeah.
direction and stuff in them.
Oh, yeah.
So
Also,
this was
yeah,
some-
Thracia technically only was released in stores as, like, a special edition. Otherwise, it was part of that Nintendo Power service.
Wait, then how did they just sold it over that? That's weird.
Like, you could buy, like, a special boxed version of it.
Is this looks like a Final Boss room?
No, the lightning twink has boob lady.
My Sonia. What a dear little bird.
And he's all like, "What's up? It is me! I got the Statue of Liberty! Blah!"
Yes, is it how goes fighting not Sephiroth?
He's fine. Boop, boop, boop.
Uh-oh. You get it a
This game
jail-free
is
card.
very generous with healing items, I'm saying. And he's all like, "Ah, my perfect beauty," or some shit. Yeah, the idea that you could bring a blank SNES cartridge to, like, a convenience store and download a video game onto that cart is so bonkers.
In 1999. Where do
Yeah.
you get a blank test cart in the first place?
Oh.
You buy it from a
So-
Super Potato or something.
Man, yeah, I know that Nintendo DS emulation is kind of dicey. However,
Are you advocating I play Ninja Gaiden Dragon Sword?
Ninja Gaiden Dragon Sword was really good at it.
We were talking about this a little while ago.
I wasn't here.
I suggested hacking a Wii U and playing this game on the Wii U.
Brayden, you would have a better time with Dragon Sword than Yaiba.
Yeah?
Look at these Bolo-looking motherfuckers.
These weird,
game.
leggy robot demons.
Yeah, they're like Volo.
Yeah, my
Volgo.
favorite. Yeah, they're like Volo, my favorite Forgotten Realms character.
Volgo.
I also like that all Ninja Gaiden enemies are some level of robot, commando, demon, and also tits.
Get the output right for
Both DS games?
games.
Oh,
I'm not-
that'd be a weird thing.
I'm not sure how it works.
Because you
If
hold that
can
thing
put-
sideways.
Yeah,
But if
you
you
have to
could-
hold
if
it
you can-
sideways.
If you can put both screens on the TV,
You have to get those old school press capture kits.
I would
which are
straight up
incredibly
need
hard
to rotate the capture 90 degrees.
Look at this asshole.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't going to say it out loud.
I will. I've got no class.
He's got no style. He's got no grace.
You made that joke literally in our session group.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm dropping I'm reusing jokes.
Oh, that's right. Gaiba has Mighty Number 9 DLC.
What?
Excuse me? That's a weird thing to come back to.
I forgot that they sold DLC for this game, and it was adding the characters of Mighty Number 9 to it.
Now you have to play it.
God, Mighty
play
Number
3.
9 is such a piece of shit. Speaking of bad Mega Mans, that game is so perfunctory.
Yeah, what is it? Someone asked, like, Kamiya what he thought of Kinji Inafune post Mighty Number 9. It's like, Kinji Inafune is one of the greatest, like, he meant this, like, earnestly. But Kamiya's like, Kinji Inafune is literally one of the best business persons in the Japanese video game industry.
Yeah.
He's not a video game designer or producer. Or he's not a video game designer.
Red Ash?
That was supposed to be the Mega Man Legends.
Yeah, that was the Mega Man Legends, the Rockman Dash successor.
I really like Legends.
I would love.
I would
too.
play Mega Man Legends.
I would love to see modern Capcom try to do that. You were asking about
The Adventures of Tron Bon.
you were
A lot of
asking.
good stuff. I would love
They were asking about how to do like book DS or just DS games, stream them in general. And I'm talking about the Wii U, like hacking a Wii U and doing it on there. And there's a video showing how you would do it.
Fucking fish!
Yep, this ribcage. I remember this ribcage.
This looks like a Doom level.
Yeah.
You're in hell or something.
I mean,
Yeah.
every Ninja Gaiden game eventually ends with you in a flesh
Right.
palace.
Yes, back to the original. I mean, you literally just killed the Satan of this universe. That's what these games are about. Or the Super Satan in this case.
I don't know, like, there's something about the facial animations and the amount of expressions they get in those Mega Man Legends cutscenes that I just fucking love.
Oh, but those cutscenes are kind of amazing for the time. Short of
yeah.
Metal Gear
So
Solid.
good.
Right, this room. Yep, this room. Also, yeah, like, that game also has, like, some really great, like, 90s English dub energy. I also kind of think of Alundra 2 in that same place. Like,
Yeah.
all the Tron Bon and, like, her... I don't remember what they're called. What are the little yellow guys called?
Servbots.
The Mets.
Yeah.
Mets
Yes. It's all great.
And really good atmosphere. There's
My favorite MVC 2 character, Servbot.
I say this, but when I first played Mega Man Legends 1, I used to get scared going to the industrial park where you just hear all of the weird industrial stuff and you hear the machines crushing things and there's no music, and that used to freak me out as a kid.
Well, it's generally a pretty charming game, but there's definitely some of those dungeons are definitely like.
Yeah, you get to
this
the
is hard.
scenes, or like I said, that weird industrial area before you go into the dungeon just freaked me out as a kid.
But no, that the retail game. There's the thing with Mega Man, the only thing with Mega Man Legends that I think needs to be taken into account is one, its difficulty kind of goes all over the place, and two, it's a control scheme.
Dual
It does
analog.
control.
Yeah.
It does control well, but you have to get used to its weirdness before it starts feeling okay. You have to get used to how it circles strafes before you can really start taking it.
That alone always takes me a couple hours, even though I like that game.
And
It takes me a
there's some
couple
pretty
hours.
fucked up challenges early on in that. I remember the fight early on in like the town sequence when you have to try to protect as many buildings as possible. That when you're still trying to learn how to play the game.
It's kind of fun.
Or the hostile defense sequence.
As a kid, I always had a hard time with that fucking water boss where you were on the platform.
Dude, I have such bad memories of that thing, not because of how difficult it was, and it is hard, you're right, but because at one point I let a friend borrow that copy and then get a minor scratch, and it seemed like it was fine, and it turns out that game would consistently freeze and crash at that encounter.
And see, now my dual swords are the True Dragon Sword and the Blade of the Archfiend.
Whatever it was called. I hated it. It's bad. Limiting your movement in a game about strafing fucking sucks.
Yeah, I mean, it's still not scrolling.
Whatever. I just thought.
And she's all like, my ass again.
Got boobs.
Here's the thing. I've never actually played Legends 2, which is
Legends
probably
2
not
is
great.
fun.
It's basically just the dungeon encounters. It's harder, and it does not have like the open world stuff. Which, to be honest, nowadays it doesn't matter. But at the time was cool.
Legends 2 doesn't have is it like a linear thing?
I think it's mostly just linear.
One of the most interesting things about that first game is how its open world is actually built.
Yeah, but nowadays, like, there's nothing to do in
I mean,
it. Like,
it would matter. It matter less.
My thing about Legends 2 is its story kind of goes up its own ass.
I don't remember its story.
They want to explain the whole god shit. And
but yeah, just the first one's a good time.
Find about like the whole humans versus like android stuff. It gets
from what I remember, I think Legends is also supposed to be like after the events of X, like far in the future. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
How fucking crazy the lore gets in this.
Yeah.
Stupid.
It's great.
Kids love Mega Man
The ZX games are like reptiles and humans are so similar now that there's not really a difference.
Capcom should make Mega Man 3
and they're
where they left off.
Have souls.
It'd be cool.
Legends isn't its own continuity. It takes place far, far, far in the future of the ZX games.
This is going to end with you linking me to an 8-hour Mega Man. Oh wait, you already did that. You already linked me to an 8-hour Mega Man lore description.
I did that.
No.
No, yeah, I mean, and as wild and weird as like Legends 2 gets, it still does not compare to ZX because those games have a story. And God, Jesus,
I
love them for it.
I even heard of Zero.
Battle Network does things.
That's the successor to Zero. They're the DS one.
Yeah. Also, the DX games play really well, but I think there's something about them that I've never quite gone back to.
Where did the Star Force fit in the timeline? In the garbage.
In the garbage. Yes.
Garbage.
Star Force is the Battle Network successor.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's in the same. I think it's in the same universe as Battle Network.
Oh, it's Emperor Palpatine.
But no,
They brought him back again to fight Kylo Ren.
I have all the weapons. I'm gonna use the 2-sword.
Yeah, see, that's. I feel like that's the appropriate canonical weapon.
It's a good weapon.
Where does Street Fighter X Tekken fit in the Mega
Man? Well, Bad Box Art Mega Man is from a different timeline. And this guy's all like, look at this, it's a tentacle baby.
Yeah. It's like that one really great level of Darkstalkers 3.
I feel like we come across like 12.
I know exactly what background for Darkstalkers 3 you're talking about.
But yeah, this isn't red enough. But in terms of there just being a big
mound.
That's great. Oh, and especially when the round ends and it's just like freaking out super fast in the background. It's the best Darkstalker. I think that might be my favorite background in the fight. Either that or the,
I don't remember this fight at all.
I like it. I don't think I actually struggled with this guy that much. It was the dual sword guy I had the most problems with. For some reason. Now, yeah, oh God, the very languid way he like floats around. God, this is bringing back 15-year-old memories. I first played this when I was in college.
Don't tell people that this Xbox 360 game is 15 years old, because then they'll be like, ah!
You're the one who fucking literally started my morning with a reminder that Trogdor is 20 years old.
Because I saw the video. And yes, they made a video celebrating the 20th anniversary of Trogdor.
It's literally just Bizarro Sephiroth. Well, no, not Bizarro, because not everything is perfect.
There's not enough wings.
It doesn't say goodbye.
It's not safer Sephiroth.
Also, I don't like his flesh. It's like he's like some weird spin-off of HP-like species.
He's just Yoshimitsu from the later Tekken games.
I don't like the other incarnations. I just like Skeleton Man Yoshimitsu.
Yeah.
Okay, what's his second form look like?
He's been like weird.
He's like, I'm a tentacle, Grandpa.
He's been weird shit. I didn't remember this beard though.
Is there anything down here? Probably.
There was a chest up there. Like on that platform.
What if you just beat the game?
Okay.
Didn't worry about it.
I will do that. And then I could play Ninja Gaiden 3 next week.
Apparently, I'm gonna beat Final Fantasy 15 tomorrow.
Oh, right. I might be on Arcade Pit on Sunday.
Oh,
Because someone on the Giant Bomb Discord asked if they couldn't find someone else if I would be their backup partner.
Okay. It's gonna be a full month before we do another tactics stream.
We can do it afterwards, because it's only an hour.
Eyeball is falling out of the sky. That looks disturbing.
Yeah, it's super safe.
It's just ceaseless discharge.
Yeah. No, it's endless erection. Wait.
This is honestly, this is probably closer to the weird dragon skeleton fight in Black.
In the Valley of the Drakes?
No, in Ninja Gaiden Black.
In Black.
Let's say this is anything.
No, it was just the giant thing with its head floating, messed up head floating above the cliff. Let me think of that.
I'd play Dark Souls 2 many times. I'd hear this story.
Also played it a bunch of times.
Unceasing dischargement.
Yeah, ceaseless discharge games.
Yeah, he's the Witch of
I'm gonna be
Izalith's
perfectly
brother.
honest with you. I use cheese tactics with ceaseless discharge.
Oh yeah, you just
You and everyone else.
That's how you fight him. You just dodge into the tentacle and he does. His iframes are insane, and then you just hit his tentacle arms.
Or you just run to the exit and watch him jump over the edge and kill himself.
Yeah, you just
Oh,
watch
he
him
does
jump
that?
to the-
Yeah.
Yes.
There's an out of bounds area in the map, and he can fall into it.
But that's I kill him faster my way.
No,
Well,
actually,
It's intentional.
No, yeah, it's intentional. It's not an exploit or anything.
Oh, never
But
saw.
yeah, he jumps on and he grabs on the ledge and he can't pull himself back up, and you just punch his hand and he falls off and
Oh,
dies.
literally never aware of that. Never mind.
You know, I had a much harder time with this game when I played it a couple of years ago, and I'm wondering if it's because...
Sigma made it easier.
No, literally... Okay, here's a fun confession to make. I might have been using this television, which I've had for, let's say, 6-7 years. I've had this since 2016, 2015.
That was refreshing.
No, it's I might not have had game mode on for that many years. until like the pandemic started. And my brother-in-law was like, Braden, you do realize that this has been I was wondering why it was so laggy. It's because game mode wasn't on. And I'm like, oh.
Also, you might just be better at these games than you used to be.
Also, I've played a lot of action games in the ensuing years.
It's one of those things where I was like playing Titanfall 2, and I was like, yeah, I'm not as good as FPS as I used to be, and I was still kind of just doing some like wild shit.
So, one of the things I feel like has happened to me as I've left my 20s is I'm a little bit slower at playing games, but I tend to think about what I'm doing a lot more, which is, I feel like I'm a little bit better at games in general.
I kind of relate with that. It's more that I'm just more like, okay, what if I didn't do the thing that just wins, but what if I did the thing that was fun, and that often tends to also be a thing.
Because you also get better at doing that.
Yeah.
I think you have to keep going up.
Yeah.
It's like that part in Resident Evil 6.
And this also might be a situation where if he gets up too high above me, he just lose.
I have no idea. I'm just
So I would
here.
recommend no one.
I'm just here to ninja.
This does not look like a great Final Boss.
I think
It's
there's
not.
a final boss.
Yes, there is something up on top of the mountain. It has another evolution.
Yeah, because this is some lame, corny ass shit.
Some Zelda stuff right here.
Like, it makes sense
This
when
is
you.
very much a Zelda encounter.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to talk about like bad Zelda boss, let's talk about the Imprisoned from Skyward Sword.
Hey, I'm looking
never
forward to playing it.
Yeah, I never played it.
Looking forward to playing that game. I borrowed it from my brother-in-law. I have the Switch
yeah.
version.
Bad
I'm
bosses
gonna
like
use the
that.
Joy-Cons.
Most of the
Like-
bosses from Wind Waker, because that's not a good.
You like fighting the same boss
That's
over
a-
and over again, and it's the same
Wait.
design every time.
Did you say Wind Waker's not a good game?
Yeah.
Oh, are you just like the Triforce hunter?
Yeah, he needed the realistic Zelda game.
Oh, that's always the dumbest take about Twilight.
I'm choking.
It's hard to.
But also those people still exist.
Yeah, well,
People
here,
really do.
like, there's that group of people from literally everything who just have like the dumbest, like most
Yes,
shallow.
I
founded
understand.
take about
Men are the worst. It's always men.
it.
No, but like literally that reaction is now why the Zelda franchise doesn't want to take such an ambitious or at least shifting style
Tones and art
towards every
styles.
game.
I feel like Breath of the Wild was a pretty significant departure. Not visually, but like the game is.
I'm okay with them not going back to Wind Waker's art style. That's a thing that looks
They
great at
did.
times, and I think it looks terrible at other times.
They
It
did.
did on the DS like twice.
Oh yeah, I try to pretend those don't exist.
Why?
You don't even like Minish Cap?
Minish Cap's GBA, and that game looks fine.
I played Wind Waker. I played the Wii U version of Wind Waker a couple of years ago, and I remember enjoying it a lot.
It's much better because you get the sail that they hide for some reason that has the window is at your back. But like that original game, that open world, was fucking terrible. They actively and passively discouraged you from exploring it, and until at the very end of the game when they say go explore everything.
So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I would have felt about the GameCube version, but I really like the Wii U one. I think I like Twilight Princess a little more, but also there's so much of that game that I never actually finished it.
A lot of Twilight Princess is, hey man, we heard your complaints about the dungeons, so we added 8,000 more dungeons.
Yeah, and a lot of them are really great.
And some of them are real good. Remember when you get 2 claw shots?
Yeah, that Sky Dragon will fight.
Anyway, Wind Waker speedruns are really fun.
Yeah, probably.
Is he just gonna like? Jesus Christ!
Of course he is.
Yeah, he's just gonna fist of the North Star into oblivion.
Yeah.
It's a good shot.
A pretty good shot. Of
Anyway,
course-
I think I beat the
of course
video
we are-
game.
Yeah, you did.
Of course, Ryu's just fine.
The game gives you a lot of healing items.
It's a great video game.
And she's all like, Ryu, I'm not wearing any clothing this time.
My breasts were worried about you.
Anyway. And then he's
Yeah,
all,
I feel like
we
this
will
is
be
like-
watching all the
Just walk-
cutscenes in Ninja
walk-
Gaiden 3.
You're just really gonna walk into a volcano in high heels?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen the rest of the female characters in this game?
Yes. That's the thing that stuck out to me.
Okay.
I unlocked new
Oh,
costumes
you unlocked
for everyone.
Ayane.
From what I recall, the two best parts of Wind Waker are kind of inverted with each other. Like there's the one you go to with little Korok guy, and there's the one you go to with the
Oh, right.
girl.
All of these weird modes,
And
right.
the flying one is a great dungeon, but with a bad boss fight, and then the other one is a bad dungeon with a great boss fight. And then Puppet Ganon is great. I won't deny that at all. Puppet Ganon.
I'll just say I disagree, but that's okay.
Final Ganon boss fight's bad though.
I got
disagree with
I got
that.
some
That's
cool
okay.
outfits. I forgot to pick them up.
Heh. I totally forgot that this game had all of these weird.
Oh yeah, they added some weird fucking modes to Sigma 2. There's the tag battle mode I think is online. I think there's an online co-op thing
There is.
you can play through.
Yeah.
All right, time to start playing on Way of the Adept or whatever it is.
Do you just want to play more Ninja Gaiden, Brayden?
Yeah.
You're
You can
gonna
start to
play
put off
3?
playing it back.
You're really gonna start 3?
No, I'm not. I'm going to threaten 3.
At least play like the opening cinematic if you're gonna do this.
Okay.
Because boy, does this game start.
Razor's Edge.
Oh, look, I can do shirtless Ryu. Or I can do Demon Ryu.
Show me those pecs.
So why did 3 turn out bad? 3 was, yeah, a lot of people who were instrumental in 2 left. And also, they were given the mandate to make it more approachable. And
For
so,
Westerners.
for Westerners, in a very, Resident Evil 6, Westerners love QuickTime events, right? That's what they like?
Video games.
What if we
we
gave the game a deep story?
Call me Ishigami.
Yeah, we liked Resident Evil 4. That had QuickTime events. It's 6 years out of date by the time this game comes out.
A special agency within the ministry. Think of us
Or
like
7.
ninja.
No, when did this come out?
What if Ryu was hired
She
by
will
the
provide
government?
the details.
It's like early 2010s, right?
Japan Air Self-Defense
Oh, so
Force
he's like,
Special Security Unit.
you know,
Flight Officer, First
What if
Class.
Ryu was a
Shinobi
cop?
franchise now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yesterday,
it's like
an
Shinobi.
unknown group launched a terrorist
2012,
attack
yeah.
in London.
Okay.
They've taken control of the area around the Prime Minister's
And they're all
residence.
like, oh shit, terrorists.
Tell me more about the Spider Clan.
So why me?
Don't
I
actually.
need my help for it. Oh no.
If you really got to be careful about asking the internet to provide you lore
Mizuki,
as a joke, because
show
it
Oh, I
will
just
provide you
ignore
the
it.
lore.
This was just sent to us by the government.
See, Chris, I don't actually have to ever click a link that's sent to me.
No, you're saying it to an online chat. Someone will just give you the entire lore.
Yeah, that's fine. I can ignore it.
Oh look,
It's the events from the last game.
remember when you killed all those guys?
Remember this better video game?
Ryu Hayabusa.
I need to see Brayden show the world the dinosaur boss.
Oh, that'll happen next week. Because I think this weekend I'm going to play more Hobbs Barrow, and then we're going to do
Fuck you.
Tactic.
Fuck you.
Tactic.
Fuck you.
What's Tactic? Is that yours and Raiden, Relkin's
Look
thing?
at this man!
Hayabusa, can you hear
Yes,
me?
theoretically, we will go back and finish our time with Expeditions Conquistadors.
All civilians have been
Oh,
evacuated.
look, I already have the grip of murder because this is a special costume.
Hostages are in the Prime Minister's
I mean, I'll play some dang Fire Emblem Engage. That comes out next week. I have it preloaded, but no, I mean, in terms of, Okay, so, want me to tell you how you know this is a different game?
Ah, right.
Because that.
I'm liking this so far. Oh, now I don't, because I got to the Y prompt.
What if I told you Troy Baker, the voice of Ryu Hayabusa? Oh no. Oh no, this is going to drive me fucking insane.
Oh, I think I played this in a demo.
I did too. What's driving you insane? Explain to me.
Left
Share me your
trigger
thoughts.
is block, not left
Right.
bumper, like it is in the other two games I just played.
Is there an option to change it back?
Probably.
An achievement prompt.
Yeah, I also got an achievement for mastering obliteration technique. Okay. There we go.
This came up the same year as Mark of the Ninja. Different kind of game, far superior game, I'm just going to say right out of the gate.
None of these quite satisfying it for you?
No! Okay, look at this! Look at
Okay,
this!
okay, Braden. I think if I'm not mistaken, you can change what buttons do what on a system level, as in the Xbox menu.
That's too much work.
I shouldn't have to do that.
Yeah.
Why is aim and shoot? Why does this have aim but has shoot be on right bumper instead of right trigger?
I love that the thing that's gotten you pissed off is not even the game itself. It's just this fucking control scheme.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's part of the game.
It's an
I
insult.
know. It's not any of the bad design decisions or the direction they took or anything. It's they changed up some controls and now you gotta redo your muscle memory.
I appreciate that this has, like, the amount of blood I remember from 2.
Yeah, because that's the problem with Sigma 2, is that not nearly enough arterial spray.
Yeah. My first encounter with gratuitous arterial spray was the original Tenchu Assassin on PlayStation 1.
Yeah. That guy does.
Also, I played this game in early 2020, which was not a great time for me, because it was me having post-grad, having no idea what I was doing.
Okay, I have to turn off this. I cannot listen to us talk.
Yeah.
5 seconds after.
Yeah, I can't do it either. I usually leave these streams on mute when I'm in chat.
I will say this: the one thing about this game, the level progression is pretty quick and snappy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, there are things about this game that are not the worst. Oh, sliding.
Wait, something's there.
It's a big walk. It's just the Tachikoma.
I like that thing.
Ninja.
I don't hate this.
Oh, you will.
Are we gonna start Crash Bandicooting soon?
This game has multiple Crash Bandicooting sequences.
Oh, really?
Gotta hold R to sense the proper path.
Also, you can tell it's a game from 2012.
You remember in Dead Space 2 when you could push the R button to find out where you're supposed to go? What if we put that in this action game?
But it doesn't look as good.
I'm in
very
jolly
few
old
games.
London.
Very few games within, 5 years of Dead Space 2's release looked as good as Dead Space 2.
Also, I need to turn on subtitles.
Last Planet 3, the reason I thought that was like a somewhat more recent game is because that game does look fucking great.
Subtitles on.
It's a 2011 game, ain't it?
I
This
think it
is
was 2013.
No, Dead Space 2.
Oh, yeah, so only a couple years off, too.
Yes. So here's the other fun thing about, hey, my favorite, pointless stealth.
When Ryu Hayabusa literally just killed Satan. Anyway, what's the other fun thing?
So he doesn't
Hey, it's bazooka time.
This is an alternate costume.
Feels like the hot version of the Strider guy.
Yeah, Strider Ryu.
Is that literally what it is?
No, it's... I don't know. Listen, you gave me the option to get shirtless Ryu. What am I supposed to do?
This
You want that bar energy in your life.
Like, to be clear, the basic movement and combat in this game is totally fine.
Yeah, like that's why I was saying this seems
Yeah.
fine. When are we gonna get to the point where it's like if we're talking about little bits of quick time stuff, like that's not great, but I don't see how that deserves the ire.
Yeah, it sure would be excusable if it was just quick time events, huh?
All right, well let's get to it. Show me how this thing gets bad, because thus far this seems perfectly fine.
Oh, that. Ah! He goes, I'm taking you with me!
Didn't you say this is the only weapon in this entire game?
In the base version of this game. So here's the other fun part about Ninja Gaiden 3, Razor's Edge.
He loses his weapons somewhere? They get lost on the plane, like baggage check lost?
No. When they announced the game for the Nintendo Wii U.
You get your talents, yeah.
Yeah, the enhanced version of the game for the Nintendo Wii U. They basic and to be clear, this was before the base version came out.
Yes.
They're like, yeah, it's gonna have more shit. It's gonna have what you want. Anyway, you can...
that's right. Before this came out, they said there's a better version coming out 6 months from now or something.
Yes.
On the Wii U.
And it's a Wii U exclusive.
Yeah, so
a few months.
you only could use the sword in the non-Wii U console versions.
Yes.
Alright, but that's not the case anymore.
No.
So how many weapon types are in this?
Basically every weapon from 2.
Okay, so that problem's no longer a problem. So what's the problem?
It's a bit like putting a band-aid over a gaping wound.
Okay, we have not actually gotten to what the actual problem.
We still have promise.
You know, as much as I don't like to speak ill of Bayonetta, I do think it's right. That first Bayonetta definitely has some real bullshit in it.
Oh yeah,
2,
the QTE bullshit in Bayonetta 1 is why I
don't really ever want to play it again.
Don't want to play it for rank.
You tell me that Bayonetta 2 was the classic that series.
Yeah, it was probably the best character action game.
Like best of all time, or
yeah.
I might.
Nothing else. It is a strong contender.
Yeah, I think 3 is real good. but 3 is also, like, you can tell...
Budget.
You can tell they had some ideas for 3 that did not pan out, and they scaled back at some point. Because I believe that game was originally, like, scoped to be open world light. And you can see a little bit of that.
Like, some parts of the game are parts of, what, Scalebound, the game that got canceled.
Oh yeah, and then there's also some stuff from Scalebound. Oh.
What? What's happening here? There's a bunch of call and you can't see anything.
Oh, what if there was a fun stealth sequence?
Yeah. Bayo 3 looks and runs worse than Astral Chain. Is that true?
That's not true. Astral Chain runs at a lock 30.
Oh, I guess what's more important to you? A lock 30? Would you rather have a lock 30 or an inconsistent above 30?
But yeah,
it depends on how inconsistent is. If it sometimes reaches 60, but most of the time bounces between 40 and 60, just give me a lock 30 that's even, very even, perfectly even. If it sometimes drops, then I don't care. 60.
Yeah, give me 60.
I am of the opinion that everything is worth sacrificing for 60 frames per second.
Okay, I'll say this part looks better.
This is not the only time when this will be done.
Okay. Okay, we're coming to the real issues then.
Getting thermal readings from inside the smoke.
You have to imagine that maybe, like, the weird default control scheme, I can, like, squint my eyes and it's like, they had the mandate of make it for the West, and maybe someone played goddamn Call of Duty and was like, okay, they put the thing on
pressed
the right
X!
trigger. And then this part feels like Assassin's Creed, right?
I don't appreciate how much Reed is talking.
Bro.
He's voiced by Troy Baker.
I don't care. I don't want him to talk this much.
Too bad.
They paid Troy Baker scale, so you're getting Troy Baker.
I'd like to have Troy Baker hit that point in his career that Nolan North eventually did, where it's like he just keeps showing up in roles where you don't recognize this as Nolan North.
I feel like
That's because Nolan North has range. Troy Baker does too, but he just plays Troy Baker.
Yeah, Troy Baker's got a lot more range than it might seem. He played November 11 in Darker Than Black. He played English.
Yeah, I know he has range. I would prefer if somebody else usurped him as the lead.
I mean, he usurps Nolan North, so...
Yeah, I know, but he's had the position for longer, and like by the time Nolan North had lost it, I was already getting kind of sick of him, so you can imagine how tired I was of Troy Baker's A voice.
I don't.
I'm pressing the X button!
Wow.
I did it. But
Not
yeah,
unless he did-
Bayonetta
Not unless
3
he-
is definitely one of those games where it's like, I like it. It was number 8 on my list. It's messy in a way that, like, makes me go, maybe... Oh, right. So, what if the game made you want to feel bad for being a cool fucking ninja who rips people apart?
Oh, go away.
What if...
I don't like Ryu working for the government.
What if Ryu was consumed by the souls of all he had slain with the dragon sword?
I mean, who played Ryu Hayabusa in the first and second games? Does he have any voice in those games?
He barely talks.
Yeah,
but he does talk.
Because he's a ninja. He's a stoic badass.
No, somebody in your chat is saying not to be that guy, but I kind of take offense to casting Baker to play a Japanese person. And, like, true, but, like, somebody else also played Ryu Hayabusa.
I'll say this, there was that perception that, yes, if we make the game for Americans, it has to have an American cast. Like,
that's just film.
Yeah. Like, this was the standard. Like, there's
Still
going to be an
is.
English class, and that one's going to be the default.
Listen, it's okay because Scarlett Johansson was
Broke down
actually a
barriers.
Japanese woman in a white woman suit.
She
Were
was
they,
a trailblazer.
were they trying to say something about whitewashing there?
No!
No, they
No,
just...
it's just they wanted money in Scarlett Johansson bringing in people.
Except not really, because that movie tanked.
Yeah, it turns out it's not always gonna. There's not a lot of people that genuinely always put butts in seats.
Tom Cruise and Tom Hanks.
Yeah, those two definitely.
I fucking died.
No. Hayabusa!
I would say Meryl Streep
Sorry.
probably as well. Not the same number, but like guaranteed put butts in seats.
Oh. This,
Oh.
How far did this put me back? Oh, never mind. I
Well,
just
the
beat
tank.
that.
You have to walk
Yeah.
past the tank and watch those people burn again.
Yeah.
Like that scene in Black Ops 2.
I
Yeah.
regret
Or
my
Spec Ops?
violence.
No, the scene in Spec Ops is good.
Well, also, yeah,
That-
that's the entire point of that.
Yeah. There is a scene in Black Ops where it's Black Ops 2 or no, it's 2, where you wake up and there's like some dude behind a glass panel inside of a tank burning to death, and it puts it right in your face.
Hey, I forgot how much I hated this interface for the
Yeah.
skill trees.
It's real bad, huh?
Every time the thing goes around the little hexagon, I feel like, oh, is he selecting a thing? No, it's just
No.
indicate. It's just. It looks like you're choosing.
Can you not zoom this out?
Nope.
No.
Yeah,
Like
but
holding that button in order to select them.
to be clear, their innovation with this game was how do we tell a story about a dude who rips people apart into cloud of bloody mist? And it's like, I don't know, maybe he's tortured. Maybe he's
No.
cursed with the grip of murder.
No, how about he saves the world from fucking demons all the time and doesn't have fucking time to worry about this kind of morality? Like, no, they're fighting against me. I'm trying to save the world. They need to die.
These demons, ninjas, and special forces.
If anything, I think I'm actually more bothered by him working for the government. Like, his work is above that shit.
Hey, that's the basic premise of Shinobi. It can work for Shinobi, it can work for Ryu Hayabusa.
Fuck Shinobi.
Who likes Shinobi? Sega perverts, that's who.
Joe
Jeff
Musashi
Rude probably cares.
saved the world from demons.
No, he didn't. That's propaganda.
Listen, Joe Musashi also has thoughts about visiting the Yakusuniki Shrine, okay?
You think Joe is his actual name? No, that's just the name they tell
No,
you.
that's the actual plot. Is that
I'm just saying, the Hayabusa clan is not accused of war crimes.
No, because anybody who would accuse them is dead because they killed them.
Whereas Joe
For
Musashi,
just all reasons.
absolutely. Listen, don't ask him what his grandpa did.
Watch out, they're on the roof.
Hey, where do you think I go? The game told me to go on the roof. Bonk.
Yeah, like, you wouldn't need...
Oh no.
It would be easier to know where to go if they didn't put the tutorial message.
You know that part in Modern Warfare 2? Here, let's do that again.
Sorry, as a gamer, as a dumb Western gamer, I need to be told the proper path.
Mm-hmm. We're not as good as those Japanese gamers. They are just a superior breed.
But once again, consider that this came out the same year as Resident Evil 6. Because I feel like they're a perfect pair.
I feel like you could put this version of the Hayabusa up against Resi 6 Leon. It's like, this is a bummer. This really bums me out.
Don't get me wrong. You slice dudes up real good. It's
Yeah.
everything.
look
At least
good.
until we get to, like, the... Oh, right. And so the skulls and this are literally, like, survival challenge rooms.
Like Bayonetta.
Throwing Assassin's Creed 3.
It's not really the same vibe as the problems with this.
Like, the problems with Assassin's Creed 3 are the problems specifically for, like, the Western games of that time.
Which is they tried to be too open world without filling things in with interesting shit.
And they also
That's the
tried
problem
to...
that continues to this day. I mean, honestly, the actual real problem with Assassin's Creed 3 is that the opening is twice as long as it needs to be. Like,
And
all
that
the
game-
stuff is shit. Like, the hate them thing where they pull the rug out from under you and reveal that you've been playing Templar the entire time, that entire sequence is actually really good. But then when you spend 3 hours as a child and
And
adolescent...
the game ends well. Like, the entire end sequence, especially the whole final scene with Charles Lee and the chase sequence to go get Charles Lee is
Oh,
so
sure.
fucking
Like,
good.
if you basically doing the American Revolution for the
But,
American colonies.
yeah, the whole, like, oh, we gotta build our own town, and we're gonna make a town defined by tolerance.
He's got one arm and he's blasting his SMG.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna make a town founded on the principles of America, tolerance and happiness and kumbaya.
That was always so weird because it was the only area they actually let Connor be a character. Like a part.
I
also
never
the part
did
where you
any of
find
that
out-
homestead shit.
Yeah.
It's
That's
not
also,
worth it.
you have to do the homestead shit to find out that the person who trained him died. Like, it's not in the main story.
Oh, I was blanking on his name.
Yeah, me too. It starts with T.
The older black man, right?
Yeah, the older... Yeah.
Not Atticus, is it?
No.
No, it's like Tiberius or something.
Thomasina.
Yeah, Thomas.
Sure. You just fucking neck snap that dog.
Yeah, it's so.
Some dogs need their necks snapped. Not all dogs are good for it.
Some dogs are cops, okay? Some dogs are PMC troops.
Some dogs have exploding kunai on them. Murdering dogs. What is this, Last of Us? Yeah, fuck. Some dogs need killing.
Not
As
not
proven
not the
regularly
dogs
in
I
the
care
world.
about.
I am somewhat surprised to hear a lot of positive press around that Last of Us thing.
I'm not.
No.
That thing is. That thing
I didn't
is
realize how
laser
much favor
targeted.
you had behind it, but
Yeah, I don't need to see it. I really enjoy it.
I'm good. I'm good.
Like, oh cool, another like possibly like worse rendition of that story that's like good that also has issues. I like the chances of it being just an objectively better version of that story, I would say, are probably slim based off of video game adaptations in the past.
No, but you need to understand. The original Last of Us story is, of course, the greatest story ever told in a video game because it looks like a TV show already.
Not even Naughty Dog's best story.
Yeah, it's no
Uncharted
Crash Team
4.
Racing.
Uncharted.
yes, Crash Team Racing has a better story than Last of Us.
I
No,
was
I-
genuinely shocked at how emotional I got at the epilogue sequence of Uncharted 4.
I'm about to say Uncharted 4 is,
Look, it's Doku.
as far as their best writing goes, is probably Uncharted 4.
I mean, Uncharted 2 is also just a fucking great like movie script.
I think I like the set pieces of Uncharted 2.
Look, it's that boss from Ninja Gaiden.
Uncharted 4 is the game that made me turn around on the Uncharted series.
Yeah, Uncharted 4 is it's so good. Like I said, like going through the house at the end of it.
Fuck.
I did actually get choked up a few times. I was like, when did
Why'd
they
you let him
give a
fuck
shit?
you with that sword like that?
Yeah, that was a pretty weird
Lewd.
animation.
That was pretty lewd. That
a very
pit,
thrusty animation.
dildo-looking sword. Why'd you let him put it in you like that?
And then it pulsated.
It sort
Fine.
of throbbed, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta beat this level.
How did that feel, Brayden? How did that feel to have that happen to you?
Phallic. Penis.
Shower off.
Penis.
I don't think you're
Penis.
supposed to go that way.
Phallus.
Isn't this like the? Yeah, isn't he supposed to go that way? This is where the.
There's a gate right there.
Seeking meat
Oh.
missile. Ryu shouldn't use doors.
Genitalia.
Do you know where the hostages are being
Salami stick.
Okay.
No, we can't monitor anything inside the residence. Watch yourself, Hayabusa.
I gotta rescue the hostages for the government.
Wait, how far back did it send you?
It sent me to where I left off.
Hayabusa, what's wrong?
You were in the Hayabusa clan village.
Yeah, now I'm rescuing
that-
people
that
from
was a-
England.
That was like a I don't know, it was like a
Cutscene.
VR sequence or something. It was just a survival seat. It's like an optional
Yeah,
survival
that's like a
Oh.
challenge room.
Right.
Oh, this fucking.
They got Pedro Pascal to play Joel.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, I don't think they necessarily have to make them look exactly like their characters, because one, I think that's going to lead to you just probably getting a lesser actress to play that particular role. I think the girl that, like, I think she fits the bill quite broadly.
Yeah.
Speaking, if you were to describe her, I'd be like, oh, that sounds like Ellie.
She just needs to look like a 14-year-old who may eventually start shooting people.
Yeah, like. Does your character look like a lesbian who does murder?
And she doesn't know that about herself yet.
The murder part or the lesbian part?
Both.
The executive office is up there.
I love QuickTime events. They're my favorite video game thing.
I would actually really like it if they got Nolan North to do actual acting to reprise his role.
He's in it.
Oh, really?
The original, like Ashley Birch and I thought it was Troy Baker who played Joel.
Yeah, but Nolan North is in it. He's David.
He plays he plays the pedophile.
Yeah, but they got somebody. I know that Troy Baker and Ashley Birch are both in it somewhere.
Yeah, they have cameos.
Yeah, it's Nolan North is one of those guys. I feel like one of those voice actors. I kind of just suspect is probably also people of actually voice acting, of actually just normal acting. Because whenever I see that guy in any kind of video stuff, he's very charismatic.
What if I told you he is on Pretty Little Liars?
Huh.
He was someone's dad for a couple episodes of Pretty Little Liars. I know this because my sister was watching it, and I'm like, that's Nolan North! Signalis is the definitive lesbian murder game? Yes.
Yes.
What about
I need to play.
Replicant?
I need to play. Signalis still.
Okay, anyway, here's this fucker. And this fight is one of those things where it's where I came to the realization this game's bad.
Who are you?
Let's dispense with the introduction.
The president?
Get
No.
straight to the killing, shall we? Come,
Damn
Ryu
shaky
Hayabusa.
cam.
Remember. Now, once again, this does not seem to be like the bad thing. I would say mostly this has been okay. Like lesser than 2 and 1 for sure, but
Are you saying you need to play this for yourself? No.
I've been waiting for the Sigma collection to be on sale for a while. They don't ever seem to like to let it drop below like 30.
Is 3 part of the Sigma collection?
It's part of this most recent.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hey, what if you ever played a game, a tabletop role-playing game that's effectively Blade Runner, but replicants are not illegal, but being a lesbian.
And then I die.
What?
Bad things happen after this fight. Cool, we can say that for next week. Or whenever Brayden plays this game.
I died again.
This fight seems unnecessarily hard for this early in the game. I know these games have a tendency to be cruel.
It's pretty hard fights in black as well right off the bat. I remember having a very hard time with the horse encounter early on.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing Brady play that. It's like in the village.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the second real boss of the game.
Yeah, like this guy, I don't think this guy's actually that difficult. It's more that Brandon is I think, ready to stop and is kind of just going on autopilot.
Oh, Brady.
I just like that he has no open spots.
I mean, he does. Some of his combos does definitely end with him taking it a bit to recover. I just don't think they allow you to do a full combo in this one. Which I will say, that's not great. Like, this isn't a Souls game where you do a single hit and then dodge roll away. This is a character acting game. I should be able to do a fucking combo against a boss. Is he doing damage to you through your guard?
Yes.
Oh, okay, that fucking blows.
Oh yeah, they introduced like certain attacks that are not the special moves of the bosses, that are like base attacks that are not blockable.
Oh, cool. Like, great. Make it so that every encounter is you just, like, dodging forever. Like, why even bother having a block mechanic? Oh no, did they just try to tempt you into going to easy mode?
Yep.
Here's your golden Tanuki suit, Brayden.
I'm a
you
gamer.
Can do it. You can do it, buddy. Here you go. Oh, you're such a good gamer. So fucking patronizing. You seem to be having trouble. You sure you don't want to play this on Way of the Dog?
It's hero mode now.
They called it hero mode for easy. Oh god. Oh, you're the handsomest boy in class, and one day one of those girls, they're gonna see. Gonna come breaking down your door, young man.
I'm going to respond with violence to that comment. Too many friends' moms. Especially at, let's say, wedding receptions.
Yeah, okay, I'm with you. This, and especially if it gets worse than this fucking blows. Not being able to dodge, not being able to block is like actually making me angry for you. Is this like you just flying swallow away? Is that the secret? Like you do a little bit of damage and then you just flying swallow in the opposite direction? Or can you even do that yet?
I think you just gotta concentrate.
Yeah, it's real good.
I thought you had a good idea there where you dashed through mid-combo.
This is a real nitpicky thing when I played this game. I really hate the game. When you lose against this boss battle, it only starts you with half health.
Yeah, sure does.
Yeah. But it's fair because he also only has half health. So it's not like actual proper checkpointing.
Oh. Oh boy, yeah, I guess.
Oh.
Yeah.
That said, this game will still rank above Yaiba.
Hey, what if you couldn't use any of the cool abilities or techniques you have in the video game because all of the bosses actively punish you for doing anything other than playing super defensively?
Yeah, I will say this act. Now that I mention it, this does feel like a paying attention to Dark Souls, like, but in the worst possible way for a game that doesn't make sense for.
I mean, this only came out a little bit after.
Yeah,
Dark
this was
Souls
a year
1.
after Dark Souls, so it probably wouldn't have been
Demon
directly
Souls.
influenced.
Demon
Just-
Souls. Like,
But,
Demon
like,
Souls
the-
might not have really captured other people's interest yet, but it definitely captured Japan's interest.
The point is that Dark Souls hadn't quite blown up.
That's why I said Demon Souls.
Well, Demon Souls is still a pretty niche thing at this point.
Yeah, I know, but in Japan it was much better known. Unless this was not a Japanese game.
This was Team Ninja. There we go. Fuck you.
Oh, it's never. Is Dark Souls is the entire like type of game just not like the Japanese?
They're not nearly as big in Japan.
No, they aren't.
Oh, then okay. There's no good reason for why they did what they've done here.
Hey, it's time to feel bad about myself.
Yeah, all these missions you've been doing for the government.
You're now possessed with the grip of murder.
So, how does it feel to suffer as all of your victims?
So you lose your sword. Do you only have the boss now?
No. We are both steeped in the blood of our countless victims.
Oh, this fucking guy.
Farewell.
You know, I knew Anarchy was an edgelord, but this is just too
Hayabusa,
much.
respond.
A little DC humor for you. I didn't get into this movie.
Hayabusa!
I'm fine.
I'm fine. Ugh.
Listen, radar has picked up a missile incoming. 1 minute to impact. You need to get out of there.
And now my health slowly drains while I slowly walk
Way out somewhere.
in a scripted sequence while this NPC never shuts up.
I'm Jack the Ripper. Now my eyes glow red.
Jack is back. Blah.
Hayabusa!
How
I mean, they're just loading sequences, Kay.
I'd hope the mighty dragon ninja.
If it wasn't that, it was
What a
gonna be
show.
Ryu slowly going through tight space.
Begin the next phase.
Yes, sir.
So now that your arm's messed up, what kind of bonus do you get from having a demon arm?
Apparently, if you kill too many people, it drains your health.
Yep.
I'm sorry, what?
Wow.
Yep.
Okay, I take back everything I said.
We're coming to pick you up.
No,
This is
like,
the thing about
it's mostly
wanted
scripted,
murder.
though.
It's only during scripted sequences.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. If it's a
Okay.
story thing, fine. If
Yeah.
it was like a gameplay thing where you've got to, like, just not kill dudes somehow.
No.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry, she still got the jigglies. If I had a 6-axis, I could be jerking it up and down. You know what I'm saying?
The soldiers withdrew once the residence was destroyed.
That's probably enough for tonight.
I'm sorry. Like to apologize.
The world has no need of nation states.
Who is
Oh,
this new
No
lady?
need of avaricious
She's,
prime ministers or presidents.
she's
or
woman. She's female character.
every nation,
Needs to be a new one.
country.
God forbid he developed any
Yeah,
kind of,
she's a
like,
brunette.
relationship with,
Okay, but what if I told her she has a daughter?
Exactly the
Okay,
number
she's
of
also not
days
wearing
it
only
took
leather.
God to create the world.
Well, I mean,
Failure
she's not only wearing
to
leather
comply
straps.
will result in your
She's wearing
immediate
clothes. There's an
destruction.
improvement.
No, it says you.
We did it to London. And we can do it to you.
So this is what they were really after.
That's literally just Anarchy from DC Comics.
I did it. Badoop.
I mean, I guess he doesn't have the wide brimmed hat, but it's just Anarchy.
Yeah. And now I can unlock the Dragon Sword level 2. And don't worry.
Thank you for playing through Ninja Gaiden 2.
It's still a wonderful game. It's definitely like a little less tight than the first game. But
which one do you prefer?
I think Black is probably still my favorite, but 2's not that far behind. Like, Black's a little more of a well-rounded game, whereas 2 is a murder funnel.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. Thanks, everyone, for watching. I'm gonna
go to bed.
No, I took a nap today because I wanted to be awake for the
Games Done Quick?
The tabletop. Yeah, maybe I'll watch Games Done Quick. Who knows? Joku is doing something entirely legal. Oh, he's done.
Oh, is he done?
Yeah.
At some point, he went to Marvel Avengers.
Okay. My deepest condolences to him.
Yeah. Anyway,
thanks for watching. Freedom Planet 2 run happening. Bye.